What is going on, everybody? Welcome. Don't Unfriend Me Nation. We've got a good show tonight. Olivia, Matt, it's always a good show. You know, can you imagine?
Anytime I'm on, it's a good show.
Hey, guys, you're going to have a crappy show tonight. Can't wait to show you how horrible it is. It's going to be terrible. Just a terrible, terrible show. Hope you're excited for a terrible show, because that's what we've brought to you in store. Yeah. Liv.
Yes.
Who's coming?
We have a visitor this week, so it's exciting. Sorry, I didn't
Wait, we have a visitor?
Not a visitor, just a guest. Just my bad.
Just a guest?
Just a guest. Mandy and Jack. Looking forward to having them back.
Okay.
Yeah, that rhymed, huh?
Yeah, it did. It's very good.
That's this Friday on the 8th. Next Friday, the 15th, Mr. Alan Donovan from Fathers Lives Matter will be here. And the following Monday, the 18th, Lisa Regina will be here again. Still working on a couple of others.
No, what's the other one? We have
the other one is the weekend of the 16th and 17th. Ryan Samuels will be in-house. So we will have a special weekend show.
Is he going to be there both days?
I don't know. It just says August 16th on the text that I have.
We're going to say the 16th.
I haven't had a chance to reach out to him to figure everything out.
And we're going to say Ryan Samuels.
He will be in studio.
Right, so that's what we got to say. We got to say on the show or in studio. Like, so when you say in the house, you can't say it.
That's true.
Can't say in the house anymore.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
Good point.
We got to say in studio.
In studio.
Which is fine. All right, I'm making this little thing. And then what do we think? What day is the 16th?
A Saturday.
Okay, so it's either going to be Saturday or Sunday, I would assume. All right, we'll have it up soon. We'll let you know when. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hang tight. 3 minutes. Oh, yeah, smash that like button. Share it. Holy moly, we need some help. Let's go.
Oh, we need to get...
Howdy, y'all. This is Damani Felder. These are perilous times in American history, and now more than ever, we need individuals who are willing to wage war on the ideological battlefield with like-minded individuals. And I can think of no better place to start than my friends at the Don't Unfriend Me show. So thank you for being here, and enjoy the show.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Yeah, Damani and I are going to blow up the algorithm. So Damani wound up getting a Facebook consultant because he couldn't get the algorithm fixed. And I had it perfect before they demonetized me. So we're working together to crush out of this. And we've seen a huge pickup. Where are we at, Liv? Look behind.
242,324. So
Yeah, so
finally creeping up.
We've gained almost 1,000 over the weekend. It was a pretty busy weekend. So, or at least 500. So it helps. And learning what videos, like the live video that I clipped today, did really, really well in Las Vegas. So I think we're shooting these a little bit differently. You might see when we go to Olivia or my single camera, there's no logos or anything. That's because we're going to cut it and clip it. And I bought some clipping software to be able to do like 20 clips a day if I really want to. So we're going to keep doing that. By the way, on over all the way to the other end on Leroy's seat, Alan Donovan, August 15th on Friday. We're really excited. Mandy and Jack is August 18th.
Nope, Mandy and Jack is this Friday.
August 8th, sorry.
August 8th,
You can help me read this.
Yeah.
August 8th. August 16th is Ryan Samuels. That'll be a Saturday, a special show. And then August 18th is Lisa Regina. So we've got a full booking for a better part of this month, and we're working on one more. And I'm going shooting tomorrow afternoon, and we're going to meet up at the farm, and we're going to meet a very influential guy here in town who knows Ollie North, and I'm going to see if I can squeeze that in, and maybe, just maybe.
That would be cool.
Yeah, get Ollie North in town. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Donut and Friend Show. This is Olivia. My name's Matthew. It's good to have you here.
How was everyone's weekend?
I think it was probably good.
Better than ours.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. So let's just do this. Let's get into it, and you guys can share, like, and subscribe, obviously, at thedumbshow.com. I've got a lot of shirts, hats, stuff like that. You can also donate to the show. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second, but let's get to Olivia and her amazing story about Super Pup and what happened.
Oh my goodness. So we found out the hard way that Ash is extremely allergic to bees. We were out to breakfast at the diner, and Hayden had taken her out potty. First Friday night, she refuses to go in her crate. 20 minutes, she won't go in, so she sleeps with Hayden for the first time out of her crate. So she's officially out of her crate. She sleeps with one of the kids every night. So after she woke up, Hayden took her outside.
And that's a story on its own.
I mean,
this dog communicated with us and was like, no more. And we were present of mind enough to communicate. And I started checking things off the list. Are you hungry? Are you not feeling well? And I said, do you not want to go in your crate in the bed? And she looked up at me and started wagging her tail. And she kept playing this game. So Hayden had to pick her up and throw her in the crate the other night. And then no matter what, I could not get her in. So yesterday for her nap, and just segue into this conversation, I usually give her treats and then throw her in her crate. Well, she wasn't having it. And I put the treat, her favorite, duck, beef, and lamb on a stick. She wasn't having it. She didn't want it. She wouldn't touch it. And I was like, holy crap. So I said, it's time for your nap. Nope, she ain't going. So we put her in with the kids. All right, go ahead.
So Hayden took her out to go to the bathroom, and our amazing dog likes to chase and torture and eat lanternflies.
Yes, she does.
So she mistook a bee for a lanternfly. She tried to eat the bee.
Eat the bee.
Tried. She didn't succeed, but it managed to sting her. I don't know if she got stung inside the mouth or on the outside of the muzzle, but within 10 minutes, her face had swelled up, and the kids called us. And of course, we just jetted out of the diner and got her to the vet within 20 minutes. But by then, her eyes were almost completely swollen shut. Her muzzle and her face were so swollen, and she was starting to snort when she was breathing. Terrified us. No, we did not get a picture. We were not thinking about pictures.
No,
we were just thinking about getting her to the vet.
We were at Tammy's and we were having breakfast, and we got up and we just left.
Yeah.
And we're like, Tammy, I'll pay you later. And you know, of course, she doesn't care. She's like, what's wrong? And we're going to go back and pay her, by the way.
Yeah.
And I just took off. I mean, immediately I heard stung by a bee and I was already out of my chair. I don't think you've seen me move so fast.
No, we were gone. So I called ahead and to let them know we were coming. And as soon as we came in, I said I called about the bee sting, and they came out and got her, and they're like, yep. And they just took her back, and they kept her to observe her all day. They gave her 2 shots of a steroid, 2 injections of Benadryl. And we went and picked her up about 4:30, and her
Yep.
eyes were completely normal. Her face wasn't red. She was still a little swollen. She looked all cute. She looked like she had chipmunk cheeks.
She did, yep.
And then we're still giving her steroids and Benadryl for the next week, every day for the next week. But she was Sunday morning, she woke up and she was her normal, happy old self. And she's great, but scared the crap out of us.
Yeah,
and
I
it
was so
a nice vet
worried.
bill we were not expecting.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
those vets are ridiculous. They just crush you.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like a hospital. I could have went to the ER for less.
yeah, and we called, because they're like, call about 3 to see how she's doing. So we called, and they're like, well, we would really like to keep her overnight for observation.
And we're like, no.
And they're like, but if somebody can be with her for the next 24 hours, I'm like, she sleeps with the kids, and we're always home. So like, okay, but yeah, they were gonna rake us through the coals to have her stay there. I'm like,
people are
no, she
horrible.
wants to come.
It's like $500. And I mean, the dog's life is more important than $500. I'd spend $5,000, but the whole point is, it's like they gave her a shot. They gave her some Benadryl and a steroid. And I'm like, is that really?
The thing that cost the most was the emergency, because it was a weekend. And they do
I didn't know
appointments
that.
only.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, that's completely different. If they are usually not there and it was the emergency vet, then that's fine. But seriously, I mean, they have emergency doctors, and I understand that. I just think that doctors are just completely like when the Third Reich dismantled out of Germany, they all went to practice medicine. I really believe that, and all the receptionists were all Eva Braun clones. Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. Do me a favor, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't been on Twitter, go on Twitter. Spam the hell out of it. Get this show out there. If you don't share it, it won't grow. And what we hear more than anything else...
If you share it, they will come.
They will come. We hear it more than anything is, why isn't the show bigger? Why is it so dead on YouTube? Trust me, we don't know. And we know that we were growing on YouTube. It was really doing well. And then they throttled us. What's funny, though, is that when I did that video against the Nazi, it was my biggest video ever. So it's amazing when it's a liberals type thing and it's against fascism and everything. They think the right is not, we're all Nazis. It got boosted. I think they purposely don't boost certain shows, and that's just the way it works. So if you can, go over to Rumble, go over to YouTube, go over to Twitter, everything else, hit like, share, and subscribe, and let people know we're on. Analyzing People says, I paid $3,200 and my cat went to the vet and then grifted me to sign up for an additional $1,000 health and wellness plan. It's ridiculous. Like, I was just like, how much? And they $500. And I was like, do I really love this dog? I don't know. Let's have that question just linger a little bit. Can we wait like an hour and see what happened? No, I didn't. Of course, I was just worried sick. I was like old Yeller. It was horrible. Anyway, welcome to the show. We're covering a lot tonight. We got liberals are melting down. Everything, the whole world seems to be on this kick to everything that happens. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It has to be met with complete fear, trepidation, skepticism. The sky is falling. It doesn't matter what it is. And they are just saying stuff that I just want to touch on something. There are rumors that this is what's going on in the Democrat. It's not just about Sweeney. They're now, who also is a registered Republican, mind you, Olivia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of assumed after the video we saw of her last week, and I found out that she's a country girl from Idaho.
Just letting you know, she's a registered Republican. So here's the thing.
Oh, that's why the libs are all on that, because she's a freaking
No, they found that out
Republican.
afterwards.
Okay.
No, it was all about her Nazi genes, because she says I have good genes. She does have good genes, and she fills them quite nicely.
Anyone who looks like that has great genes.
Can I be honest with you? I didn't think she was that hot until they forced me to continue to look at her every 5 minutes. Like, first time I saw her, I'm like, she's cute. Nope, she's gotten better looking every single time. And I'm just sitting here going, well, it's your fault. Now I'm a Nazi sympathizer. Thanks a lot. I didn't even know who she was. But
Exactly.
the moment that I saw her, doing a 9 split on her handgun trials, I'm like,
9-2.
it's a 9 split.
Right.
It's a 9 split. You don't even need the 2. But unless you're doing competitive shooting, it's a 9 split. It's a 9 split. It's ridiculous. The fact that she did that, I was already sold. But now, heard she rebuilt her own car. which is incredible. You know, she's just an American. It happens. It's the motion detector. I don't know why it does it. It's a glitch. I got to remove it and then put it. It's going to happen again in 1 second. So just deal with it. Anyway, so they're melting down over everything. We'll talk a little bit about the Sweeney thing, just a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on this thing. We already spend so much time on this, but I guess we'll just do the first thing and just work our way down. I am not a fan of Alex Stein. I think he is a blowhard. He's just a big mouth. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I certainly like. You could have let me know they're off.
Sorry,
I didn't see it. I was like, why? I was like, what's wrong with the picture? So here is a video of Alex Stein. MSNBC was broadcasting from the Capitol, and first of all, I don't condone this at all. Like, I don't think this is okay. I think if a news crew is shooting and you start saying, I think you're an asshole. Just completely just transparent. I think you're an asshole. I don't care if it's CNN. I don't care if it's Fox. You're not paying for that feed. You're not paying for the equipment. Someone's trying to do their job. And it would be like walking into somebody who's in a museum and trying to tell you about natural history and you start, catcalling. It's just, they're just doing their job. Let them do their job. Who cares that they're a bunch of media shills? But this is funny. I don't condone it, but I do condone it at the same time. So here is Alex Stein. You'll recognize him right away. This is pretty funny. Before they took it down, we got a shot of it. Here it is.
Have you been able to keep tabs on what's happening there? Can you bring us an update?
We just watched the speaker gavel out with a whole lot of anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's
MSNBC sucks.
Hey, how are you?
MSNBC sucks.
Can I talk to you for a second?
MSNBC sucks.
Okay. Sometimes this happens, and we understand that can happen. And while we love free speech, we're going to keep control here. So, Ryan, have you?
What do you think about that?
What an asshole.
It's kind of funny. It's it was MSNBC. Alex Stein is that way. And there's a lot of messages that you could have said. But if I was recording and someone did that, what would your reaction be? You're out there recording, you're saying something, and you say you're doing something for Don't Unfriend Me, and someone from Target comes up and does that. How are you gonna react?
I don't know, but we think honestly, it happens to us almost on a nightly basis when the kids walk in, like Hayden walking through in front of the cameras, just stop and stare. Like, what are you doing? I'd probably just look at him and be like, why? I don't understand. Are you like 3? I don't get it. But
yeah, I don't, here's the thing. I used to get upset when you guys would make noise when I was doing the show, and I get completely pissed. Now I know how to edit, and I don't really care and you guys interrupt it all the time, and I just don't care. You make noise, you bang something, Hayden starts singing, playing the piano, whatever. It's fine. But I have to say that MSNBC handled it fairly well, but to have that guy start putting his hands on Stein, you are broadcasting. And so let me give you an example. What if that was a wedding video?
Oh, I think the bride's going to go freaking nuts.
Do you see my point? I mean, I know it's not a wedding video, but it's broadcasting out to millions of people. Well, hundreds of thousands of people are watching.
You're not paying for it. Why are you doing that? It's not your dime.
Yeah. Yeah. Or at least be a commentator that could have flexed, because if he would have done it to me, I would have flexed. I'm like, oh my God, it's Alex Stein. Hey, can we talk about some of the accusations against you when it comes to younger women? And I would immediately shift gears and start doing an Alex Stein hit piece. Can you are you here to berate me like you did those women and literally chastise them into tears? Because I'll let you know, I'll hit back. So at least have the wherewithal to crush him. And like Peter Doocy would just crush him, whoever it was on the left who were doing it. And Alex Stein's a pretty big figure. You got to have that stuff loaded. And I guess it's easy to say, oh, this is what I would have done. I can't stand that when people watch a fight or they watch, a mugging or whatever. They're like, oh, well, I know what I would have done. Well, I would like to think that I would have just simply shifted and started embarrassing him on air until he left. But who knows? Who knows? The point is Alex Stein's a dick, and he's always been a dick. So there it is. But the guy wasn't wrong, just an a-hole. Yeah, no. MSNBC sucks. But once again, if it was your wedding or you're filming something for your family, or what if it's a movie set and they've got people blocked off and you run in the middle of it? What if it's a baseball game and you run on the field? Is that okay? My point is don't do it. I mean, it's just stupid. It's just juvenile bullshit, and it just makes the right look bad, and they do a good enough job of that. All right. You've been seeing what's going on. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you want to dive into Texas, our old state, and what's going on with the gerrymandering, or do you want to see a courtroom scuffle where the men broke past the police to literally beat the living snot out of the guy who killed their mother?
I would go with the courtroom.
This is it's hard for me to the first time I saw it, I'm like, this is staged. Analyzing says Alex is trying to stop doing the jokey stuff so people will take him seriously, but once you've been a joke, people won't take you seriously. Yeah, he's just a jerk. He's a jerk. I don't, anyone who degrades women like that, who's not married to him, right, Liv? I mean, can I get an amen? Don't deserve that, and if you're going to be an insult, at least be a funny insult. And he's not either. So the first time I saw this video, I would have sworn that it was like staged, because this woman's like in a Lil Wayne concert t-shirt and it just doesn't look real, and it looks studio lit, but it's real. Here's the video. Do me a favor. It's pretty back. There's a lot of screaming and yelling and everything else. So it's a little bit chaotic, but hang in there. Don't let it bother you too much. And I'll turn it down because it's pretty obtrusive. Not going to lie. I listened to it. And I put it on mute. So I'll bring it down low. Here you go. Listen to this. All right. Oh, guy in the orange just literally gets raked from a chair. And you've got what looks to be a wife over here, maybe sister, an aunt, something. And this gentleman right here, and there's one other guy who's about to come into the picture, just literally start going on this guy. And of course, the woman bailiff is doing no good. She's literally, this guy's trying to pull this way and she's pulling this way. It's just, with all due respect, I mean, come on. In that setting, when you have a guy that size, you should have nothing but men in there, equal size, equal strength, just to be respectful. And he's got him by the leg. I mean, he's got him by his irons. Now look at her. She pulls out her taser.
And he's getting beat from the front by this other dude.
Oh, yeah. And this other cop's trying to get him, but he's just getting walloped.
Well, that's a dude. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big boy. And what's this cop doing? What are you doing?
He came over and tased him.
I know. And that's what you should have done to begin with. Okay, and then this is where you've got, the aunt, sister, I don't know. What's this guy doing? I mean, come on. Seriously. He said, his shirt says, "I am man enough to walk a mile in somebody's shoes." Well, obviously not, because you're standing there watching. I mean, go get involved. I mean, it's not studio quality sound. There's nothing I can do about it. It's a phone. Tell me he's bloody.
He deserves it. I mean, do we know what happened? No, he is.
He killed their mother. And then this lady right here, she doesn't even move from the podium. So. Well, good for him. He knew what was going to happen. Cops being fairly respectful. They still got a laser on him. Come on. They're ready to tase him again.
He's done.
Yeah, he's cooked.
Yeah, here's a knife.
Oh, no, that's his taser. No, he's just ready to pump him again. Yeah. That's all.
Here's a knife. Do something with the knife.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, could have got that box of Kleenex and just took after him with it. And clear the courtroom. Just a bunch of winners. Just a bunch of winners. All right, so the question is it understandable? Is that something that you would Like, say you had someone who kills your mom. Is she insured, by the way?
I think so.
How much?
Life insurance? I don't know.
Find out how much.
Probably not much.
Damn it. Forget it. No, but say someone
Dad
did that.
is.
Oh, I like your dad too. I like them both. I don't want. No, I don't need. No, I'm kidding. Now, if anything happens, then please, I want this for the record that was a joke, and for God forbid. So, say something happens to your mom, and we're in the courtroom, and that person's on trial. Are you gonna say anything? You gonna jump up? You gonna go hit him? You gonna?
I don't think I'm gonna go beat the crap out of him or her. But if we've got a chance to say something, like in the Idaho killings, I'm probably gonna say something.
But this is like jumping the bar and going at him and going to beat him. You sure? You're not gonna just whoop his ass?
If it was, say somebody raped and killed Hayden.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
let's not say that at all.
I'm gonna be over. Yeah, that kid, that dude.
That person's not gonna make it to trial. Like, I'm already going to be in prison. There's going to be no reason for you to go. You're going to be at it's going to be my hearing that you're going to have to go. You can come beat me. I mean, I'm sure that's, I'll look for any human contact at that point that isn't some guy grabbing me on the back of the shoulder. But no,
a courtroom is not the place for that. I have respect for the courtroom.
Oh, I would, and that's the thing. That's the thing is, when you look at the movie, what was the movie? A Time to Kill? Mm-hmm. They really did a good job of when he had to go and take him out. Like, what do you do? Where do you get him? Where you don't actually could hit an innocent, And he winds up hitting the other officer in the leg, and he loses his leg. But the way I look at it is, I would let justice take its hold. But the moment justice failed, like, I'm going Punisher on that guy's ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every mother has a favorite child. My mom said my brother was just her favorite because, is that true? Do you have a favorite child? Because
no.
Don't lie. Don't be. No. Can we be honest though?
Honestly, it depends on the day.
Come on, seriously. It's a serious question. Just don't answer it so fast, because there's no way you can answer that fast as a mother. You have to take some time to think about it. Be honest.
No, I don't have a favorite child.
Are
Again,
you sure?
It depends on the day.
Hayden thinks it's Ethan.
Hayden thinks it's Ethan. I thought, here's the thing. My sister and my brother both thought I was the favorite.
You are the favorite.
No, I thought my brother was the favorite.
Your mother loves you more than I've never heard her say an ill word about you. I've heard her say a few things about Leah and a few things about Chris.
I'm sure she says stuff about me to the other two. I swore up and down that my brother was the favorite.
Okay, as the outsider looking in, you are your mother's favorite. You are absolutely 100% her favorite. And
why? Because I'm an angel compared to the other two.
It doesn't matter, but see, you admit it now. Good. But Leah, I think, is Chris's favorite.
Always has been.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
100%. There was never any doubt about that one.
Right. So now that we've established that, I don't have a favorite. Not even remotely. I don't have a favorite. I love them both unequivocally, and I just want to just literally disown both of them equally the same. I just don't have a favorite. If I lost either child, my biggest fear is like losing Ethan. I have more dreams about Ethan have something bad happening to him than Hayden. And it destroys me. I can't stand it. So I don't have a favorite. But do you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I do not. You've baited me. You've asked me like 6 times.
I'm not baiting you. Baiting you would be like, I'm not doing that. I'm just asking you to be honest. And
I think being honest.
I think Ethan's your favorite.
Right now, no. He's being a pain in the ass.
But if we asked this question a year ago, the answer would be Ethan.
No, I see that. I don't have
Why
a
do you
favorite.
hate Hayden?
No, when I was a teacher, I had my favorite kids in the class.
That fucking video is so loud.
Yeah, I had my favorite kids in my class.
Dude, shut up. Like, I don't even care that they're beating the hell out of each other. I care that they're literally unruly doing it. Can't you do that quietly? So loud. I'm sorry, folks. There's nothing I can do about it. All right. So we agree.
Yeah.
That having a favorite kid. See, they're not the same. They're not the same. Hayden and Ethan are nothing alike.
No,
they're complete opposites. So you can love them both independently.
Yeah, and I think the reason I think Hayden thought that Ethan was the favorite is because he's a snuggle bug. And he wants hugs, and he still wants to sit next to me on the couch, and he still if I would agree to it, he would still have me go upstairs and sing him a lullaby before bed. Hayden has been independent since she came out of the womb, and she never wanted any of that. So my cuddle time was spent with him because she didn't want it.
Olivia does not love Hayden. He goes, I think Olivia likes Hayden the best. You're absolutely wrong. You're 100%. You're 100% wrong.
That's okay. Comedy. It's okay. Yes, it's a unisex name. He thought it was a boy, but no, it's
Olivia.
No,
Hayden.
Hayden.
Oh,
Hayden. Yeah.
I was like,
there are more boy Haydens than girl Haydens, but no.
Yeah. So Hayden is a girl. Ethan is a boy, and Ethan. Yeah. Okay. This is dumb, but she may not have a favorite, but Hayden is definitely not her favorite. See what I'm saying? So it's like she can say that. Look at her, she knows. But she's a
freaking teenage girl. All we do is fight.
It's never been her favorite ever. But Olivia can tell you with no doubt, I love Ethan and Hayden exactly, and I treat them exactly the same. They both don't get away with it. Hayden, I was so hard on until a certain age. Ethan, I'm going to be hard on until a certain age, and then they get some freedom. But I've raised my children exactly the same. They both get the same punishment. I don't treat one like a girl, one like a boy. I treat them both hard. I'm not easy on either of them, and they know I love them unequivocally. They know I love them. They may not like me all the time, but that's not required. I really don't care if they like me. Just don't smother me when I'm 80. So here is Governor Greg Abbott. Yeah, you can throw one in, hon.
Bobby Richardson for Asheville Better. Love you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Bobby. $51.99. Start the donations. By the way, we did take that feedback on the commercial and fix the part in the commercial that said we only take Venmo and snail mail and PayPal. So that's been fixed. You'll see that. Tina, good to see you. Let's see. There's some things that are going on. First of all, gerrymandering. Do you know what gerrymandering is?
You explained it to me. I know you've explained it several times, but there's no way I could actually give a definition if somebody asked me.
Just give me a try. Give it a try.
Is it trying to redraw lines in states for different districts for Congress and stuff like that?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
But you forgot one big part. That's called districting, but it's based on what?
The population that's there?
Yes, that's the right way to do it. Is just based on population, but they don't just base it on population.
Based on voting.
What?
Voting record?
It's based on color. It's based on socioeconomics, based on demographics, income levels, education levels. And what they basically do is draw the most favorable position based upon Democratic voting habits, and whether that be Republican or Democrat, to draw lines. Now, here's the thing. Both are ultimately guilty of it. Republicans and Democrats. They both do it. And to sit here and say they don't is a complete lie. Most recently, Republicans just got nailed for doing it in Arkansas, and then Democrats got nailed in Maryland. Now it's Texas and California. But there's a difference. There's a big difference. Gerrymandering can be considered unconstitutional to the state and the federal government. But there is an allowance that takes place where they skirt the rules. And those rules are defined, and as long as they somewhat go in the boundaries of those, it won't be recognized as unconstitutional, like it was in Maryland, it was in Arkansas. The problem is that if you look at the United States and look at the amount of red, luckily land doesn't vote, because if land, well, we would never lose another election. But what's also important is that just the popular vote doesn't necessarily matter in the presidential race, but it matters in every other race. Mm-hmm. So districting or gerrymandering is extremely important for people to maintain their seats. And what's happening in Texas is they want to treat it like Illinois. They want to treat it like California. Now, if you look at Illinois and the way its districts are run, it is ridiculous. I mean, it looks like the palm of your hand. With all the lines, and they don't make any sense. And one is cutting right through the entire state of Illinois. And looks like a river. And there's no reason to have a district like that. But the district is built that way because of the black population. And what they know is that if they district it properly by population and demographic, it would be red and blue, and the red would have the majority. And this is the way it would be in most districts in the United States. If you take a look at the presidential election of 2024, 90% of the counties voted for whom?
Trump.
Yeah, 90% of the counties. The only problem is you have something like Nassau County or Broward County or Los Angeles County, where there is just a massive swath of Democrats, which make up a giant portion. Now, if we took care of the Congress and the House and treated it like the Electoral College and districts ultimately were electoral points, well, that would be a very different story. But even then, those major blue areas, say there's 100 points per state and it's broken up into their districts, places like Los Angeles, places like San Francisco would make up like 65 of the electoral votes because there's so many people there. So many people there. I realize I have a censor button. I don't need to censor myself. So what you do is, in order to segment and spread so they can get more representation, is they start cutting those lines into those blue areas where reds are and making those blue segments overtake these red counties. And that's what gerrymandering is. And it can be done on both sides. Does that make sense what I just said?
Yes.
Okay. So imagine on that dumb logo to my left, the dumb logo right here, that the red is Republican and the blue is Democrat. And what if you drew a line like this all the way around and you split basically that territory in half? But in the top of the U, you've got 3 million people. And at the bottom of the U, you've got 500,000 people. And then at the top of the U, you've got 7 million people. Well, what if red just goes, just takes the top? And blue gets all the bottom. And proportionately by acreage and zone, sure, it's equal. But if you look at the overall people in place, it's so disproportionate. That's where gerrymandering, they're allowed to have a certain percentage to the left or to the right, but that percentage can sometimes be large numbers. And this is the problem with it. They need to make it completely unconstitutional to gerrymander. It needs to be based on acreage, and come hell or high water, that's just the way it works. And if you have a city that falls within that district, that's just shit. You're shit out of luck. You have better politics, but they don't. So what's happening in Texas is California gained 11 seats last census, 2020. The reason why did they gain so many seats, Liv?
That would be the illegal immigrants that have come through the border.
Which can't vote, but what they can do is simply say, no habla inglés. So when the census comes knocking, Census Bureau, and the Census Bureau goes up and says, hi, Mr. Mancon, see? How are you today, sir? Bueno. Just have a question for you. You live here? See? Are you an American citizen? No habla inglés. Or, here's the name to my constitutional lawyer, Holmes. In fact, the Supreme Court says on 17-436 that I don't have to tell you fucking shit, vato. Slams the door. And the reason why they don't have to do that is because the Supreme Court, when it was challenged, Republicans brought it and said, we want this census to have illegals and have to ask if they're an American citizen. They said it's against their right of privacy. You cannot do that.
Ugh, which is just dumb.
Which you bring anywhere from 11 to 20 million illegals, and you give them the overall ability to impact the districts. This is what happens. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what California did to gain 11 seats. Now, what they did is completely illegal. They didn't secure their border. They didn't enforce their laws. And honestly, there's people whose heads should roll over this. But this is why you have sanctuary cities, is in order to pack them full of illegals. And this is what they do. They create the modern-day slave plantation, which are voting plantations. Now, let's go to Texas. Texas realizes that there's like 5 big cities in Texas. Liv, name them.
Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. Ooh, the big ones. I don't know. Those are the 3 big ones. Austin.
West Texas. Shithole.
Waco?
Waco.
I don't know.
Waco?
I don't know. I already said San Antonio.
Waco? San
Oh, right
Antonio's
on-
on the west?
It's freaking right next to Mexico.
Yeah. The PACE is what it stands for in English.
El Paso.
El Paso.
There we go.
I don't know if Paso is PACE, but it sounded good to me. They're both Latin, so it should work. So yes, El Paso. So you have what the Republicans are doing is that they're redistricting based upon overall voting demographics and trying to keep it as legitimate as they possibly can in order to, listen, not be fair, because fair is a lie. I'm going to get you an example. Okay. So current Texas congressional districts. If you take a look here, you're seeing these blues, these giant blue swath. You see these top left corners.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the top center. Is what they're trying to do is
can't
that
see your mouse on the picture.
Well, that's because it's not on there.
Oh.
Here, let me do it this way. Maybe this is better.
That was a good map. We just couldn't see your mouse.
Yeah, I know. Let me open it up. Oh, New York Times. Fuck you, New York Times. Seriously, this is why your paper's shit, because nobody cares. Sorry. I hate paywalls. I hate paywalls. Can't stand them. Can't stand them. All right. So if we take a look at this, now we can get a little closer. Take a look at the voting margins. What's light blue, Liv?
Light blue is going to be
Biden won by a small margin.
Okay.
+5 is considered a small margin. Pink is +5. Slight non-red, which is like a real pink, like a deep pink, is in between like 7. And then dark red means just absolute landslide. Dark blue means landslide. So you can take a look here, is that you have these giant areas. Giant areas. So in 2020, this was the congressional district. But take a look at the voting margins, and you can see that this is what the districts are, but this is the actual voting. The voting shows that this column right here, this sucker, is somewhat Trump. So they want to make this Republican. Now, does that look right to you?
No.
No, let's be honest. This should not be legal, right?
No.
This is bullshit.
No.
But this is the voting pattern. And they want to come in here and do that. They want to make some of these deep red because this and this, although are light pink, want to go red. And they are literally just giving these light pink areas and dark pink areas that were smaller margins to Trump. They're making it simple. They're saying, we're just going to the next step, rounding up to what it should be.
Why doesn't it just go by county? Why doesn't each county, it's on the county? That's it. Why do it?
Because I just told you why. Because they want it to favor them. But if you're going to split up the overall popular vote, then it doesn't matter. But when you literally have congressional districts that have multiple counties, you don't have enough elected representatives to represent. You don't have enough people. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you've got, in Texas, for instance, just in this little top quadrant here, there's like 37 counties, babe.
That's okay.
So you don't have enough population to get the amount of ratio to legislators. So you just can't.
Okay, I see.
So you got to put multiple counties together. Does that make sense?
Got it.
And that's based on population. But what they're doing is drawing these lines in these crazy ways where this does, why not just split this in half? Split this in half and make it blue and make it, because that's not the way the voting went. So what Republicans are saying is based on voting trends, we are just going to give these to the dark red column. And we're done with this mediocre half and half BS. But they did do it right here. You can see it was predominantly, but that's the voting pattern.
Yeah.
And they are breaking this up in these proposed districts just like this based upon the voting pattern. Now, are Republicans wrong? No, they have every right to do this. This is the thing, is yes, I may think that gerrymandering and doing this is bullshit, but they have every right to do it because Democrats do it, and Texas would be stupid not to do it. They would be absolutely dumb.
Yeah.
So I completely understand what they're doing. And I give them all the power to it. Run your own state. That's their job.
Mm-hmm.
They got to run the state the way they see if they deem fit. But if you take a look here at this graphic, look at these major swings in blue areas for the good guys. But if you take a look at that corridor that was right here, see that? Look at it. It's deep blue, but they're making it red.
Yeah.
So do the now we're just being unbiased here. Do the Democrats have a gripe? Sure. And they have a legitimate reason to be frustrated. Of course they have, but I don't care. See? Because I've had to swallow Maryland, Liv. We've had to swallow Virginia. And we've had to deal with this. And we deal with the gerrymandering. But if you take a look here, this is what's proposed. But you can also see that these districts are surrounded by red now. So there's a lot of changes happening inside of these areas. One last map here. So you can see, remember what I told you? Mm-hmm. This top, there's like 37 districts. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
gotcha.
5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 30. From here to here, there's 30 districts.
Got it.
So, but here, if you take a look at these districts right here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is literally almost a third of Texas. And it goes all the way up into here, almost to Dallas, and all the way down to past Corpus Christi and southern Texas. That's a large area. That's 1/3. That is a big swath of area to cover for one congressional district, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can agree that this is all a game. Now that we've done that, though, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Texas has absolutely the right. They vote on it. They have their congressional districts. This is the 10th Amendment. They have a right to do this. And if it is unconstitutional, it'll be overruled later. But right now, Democrats have to vote on it. Okay? Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. And listen, I'm a Texas boy. Carl says, you're not taking into account the number of illegals that are being exported. It's not important to the conversation in any way, shape, or form. It's not important because we're not exporting nearly enough illegals. We have more declared self-deportations and physical deportations. Joe Biden had more deportations in the first 3 months than Donald Trump has had in 6 years. Well, 4.5. So it's not even a conversation point. When they start mass deporting 1 million people every quarter, then we can actually see a dent. But Texas still has a massive, massive illegal immigration problem. And yes, those things do matter. But it just enhances the point where if those illegals are going to be taken out of the county, well, now these districts are even going to be more disproportionate. And I understand what you're saying. You're getting out the rot. You're getting out the cheating. Yes, I'm all for it. But you still constitutionally have to redistrict proportionate based upon population. So you got to be careful. What I don't want to have happen is that you set a precedent and then this comes back and bites us in the ass again when Democrats get power. So I just want Texas to do what they're doing right now, which is don't worry about the illegals being deported. Let's just redistrict based upon what they feel the last election demonstrated. And if they do that, they have a very good constitutional argument as long as these numbers and disparities aren't 10, 15, 20% in each district. If they're within 1 to 3%, I think they get away with it. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, no shit, Rob. Rob, you're telling me stuff I've already said in the show. I hope you've been watching the whole show, but I've already said that. So are Republicans. Republicans gerrymander too. To sit here and say that they don't is a complete lie. I gave 2 examples before we even started: Arkansas and Maryland. Okay, and they're doing it right now in Texas, and this is okay. I'm all for it. I want them to. I want Texas to stay red. My point is you have to stay within the parameters of constitutionality. Either we're a law and order country or we're not. Either we are the law and order party or we're not. And if we're all like, oh, well, we should just cheat as bad as Democrats, well, I disagree. So here's the thing, is Greg Abbott comes on. And what happened was there's quorum. Quorum is essentially when Congress meets, state. And there's state Congress and there's federal level Congress. And they're both the same in the sense of representation of the people based upon population. They are in quorum. And when you're in quorum, you are supposed to show up and you're supposed to vote and everything else. And if you're going to excuse yourself, you move into the state speaker and you move into the master at arms and you report, hey, I'm not going to be able to be there. My baby's being born, or I'm sick, or my dog ate a bee, or whatever it would be. And if not, you can be held in contempt. It's just like court. I mean, it's a swearing in process. You are being paid to be there. So when you're in quorum or you're in session or you're deliberating on a piece of legislation, you have to show up. Well, we know this happened during the TikTok thing. Remember TikTok thing 2 years ago?
Yeah.
TikTok was going to be sold and they were going to shut it down and ban it from the United States. And they weren't going to be sold. They were going to be banned. Well, what happened? All the Democrats in Texas flew away and went to other states like little just bitches. The same thing happened. They flew to Illinois up with Pritzker, and they're all spread out over the United States. Rob, that's inaccurate. Gerrymandering has been done on both sides equally. Yeah. So saying that they're the kings of it, they're both kings of it from two different continents. Republicans have mastered it as well, and they have created Republican strongholds in several states, plenty of states. I mean, they have a monopoly on it. And once again, it is a part of politics, and I have no problem with it. But to say that Democrats do it more than Republicans is ridiculous, because they don't. But what you can say is Democrats allow illegals and have sanctuary cities and opened up our borders in effort to gain more seats, which is against the law, completely unconstitutional. Allowing a foreign adversary to come in to alter our election, there's plenty of rules that have been broken, and that is what they're the kings of. They're not the kings of redistricting. Both parties do it equally. Okay? So one is very different than the other. But should be held accountable. I mean, Democrats should absolutely be held accountable. 100%. I mean, it's unconstitutional. They allowed foreign nationals to come into our country illegally who were not vaccinated during COVID, millions upon millions to impact, then went and rallied against the census, would not allow a question which may fall under right to privacy, but your right to privacy as an illegal in this country is ultimately suspended based upon your status. Now, you have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but asking you a question if you are illegal or not certainly doesn't infringe upon life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. No. So the state Supreme Courts were wrong. They made a mistake, and the Supreme Court was wrong, and they made a mistake. But nonetheless, they went ahead and said it was unconstitutional for the 2020. Now, we need to push for it in the 2030. And with this Supreme Court that we have right now, it will most assuredly pass, because Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, and Amy Coney Barrett are all, more than anything, more than pro-life, more than pro-gun. They are all pro-voter ID. 100%. And that is one of the reasons Donald Trump put them on, is because they were pro-voter ID. So when this does come up in the next 4 or 5 years, you should see that the 2030 census will be able to ask, are you an illegal? And what I would imagine is that when the U.S. Census goes out and starts polling and knocking doors, that there'll be an ICE official with every single one of them, I would hope. And the moment that those people say, hey, no habla inglés, Holmes. You know what I mean?
I didn't think census was done knocking doors anymore. I thought it was all just mail.
No, done both. You do it by mail. They knock doors. They have places that don't respond. So you have places that, according to its county and the state, they won't allow solicitation by mail. So their rules are that they want a real body. They have to sample a certain amount of houses. They have to call a certain amount of houses. They have to mail a certain amount of houses. It's done on multiple levels, but they still knock doors.
I remember my mom did the census in 1990.
Yeah, well, most Americans do.
No, I mean, she walked around and knocked
Oh,
the
she
doors.
did?
Yeah, she was a volunteer to do the census.
Yeah. Yeah. Fern says, this is a good one. Have you ever thanked your mom for not aborting you? Not all heroes wear capes. Nope. Never thanked her for that. She did say that she should have had an abortion at one point. So I guess that's kind of a reverse engineered question that somehow works. Yeah, she said that at one point. I should have aborted you. Yeah. She wasn't a very nice lady. But thanks for asking. You seem concerned. So do you want an autographed picture? It sounds like you do. Is Jasmine Crockett House on the market yet? Yeah. And here's another thing. So with this, it's going to impact Jasmine Crockett. Now I'm going to show you all this and we're going to show the video so it all makes sense. Rob Jackson, that is my point, my friend. Redistricting is legal, but the way Democrats do it is cheating. Republicans and Democrats have been overturned multiple times. If you would like, I can find it for you, Rob. You keep beating this bush, but you're wrong. It's not just Democrats; it's both. They have both been affirmed, and they have both been protested against many times. So I don't know what to tell you. Redistricting is a standard practice between both parties. Both parties have had their hands slapped, and both parties have not had their hands slapped. They've had their decisions upheld, and they've had dissenting opinions. So I understand what you keep saying. I just completely disagree with your premise. I'm just going to pull it up for you so we can do it. It's part of the conversation. This is good. I don't mind communication when it's on topic. Okay. So North Carolina, 2016 and 2022. GOP drawn map was called unconstitutional for gerrymandering. That was 16 and 2022. 2011 to present, Wisconsin was hit for Republicans. 2021, Texas was hit against Republicans. Florida in 2022 was found to gerrymandering by eliminating black voting districts. Ohio in 2022, state Supreme Court struck down GOP drawn legislative maps. So just in the last 4 or 5 years, we've seen 6 cases of gerrymandering. Now, also, which holds true, is Maryland. I just told you about that. 2011 and 2022 was struck down for Democrats. Illinois in 2021 was watchdog groups said they ignored fair map standards. New York 2022, state Democrats redesigned and eliminated multiple GOP seats. In 2010, I told you, the pre-census also, and in 2020, the pre-census in California. Both parties do it. Both parties get caught. The difference, one side admits it's power. The other side claims it's about fairness.
It's supposed to be done every 10 years, right? The census?
Yeah.
I remember doing it in Albuquerque in 2010 because we got something in the mail and I was pregnant with Hayden.
Yep.
And I couldn't remember if I had to answer that she was alive yet or not. I can't remember. I mean, I was confused because she was doing like a month.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing it in California, or I don't remember doing it here in 2020. I don't remember getting one.
I don't know what to tell you. I thought we did. In fact, I'm almost positive we did.
But maybe we did do it online.
There was a lot.
Don't know.
No, we got a paper one. There was a lot that happened in 2020 that we struck from memories. It was a very tough time. Folks, donations, thedumbshow.com/donate. We got to make the bills. So you have a chance, please go to thedumbshow.com and donate. We'll have a break here in just a second. We got to get to these videos first. Rob, appreciate you, man. We're on the same page. Democrats say that it's about fairness. But we know what it's about. It's about power. It's about keeping the slave plantations where they're at. It's like keeping these voting farms where they're at. Republicans do it because they know what Democrats are doing. They know that Democrats are creating unfair, unbalanced counties based upon these larger expanding metropolises in these cities. So Republicans are trying to do the right work, but they also have cheated. They have. I don't think Texas gets nailed for this. Once again, I believe, based upon the voting demographic, that this is proper representation. Texas is red. Texas is not purple. It's not going to go blue. It will not turn any color other than red, at least for the next 2 generations. It's where California was 20 years ago. Unturnable. California has been solid blue since Reagan. And it's starting to soften. Like California will go red within the next 2 voting cycles.
Yeah, there was more red in California than there was blue this time, which was a shock.
Yeah. Well, this is what I was trying to say, is that we won 90% of the counties, but we had 49% of the overall votes, but we only have 17% of the representation in a lot of these blue states. And people say, well, do the red states now, but that's not fair. You can't say that. The rural counties in Texas, this is why Ted Cruz and Robert, what's his name? Robert, Beto O'Rourke, Robert O'Rourke, the wannabe, the Wexican. Yeah. Yep. He, against Ted Cruz, was very, very close. One is because Ted Cruz didn't concede the election between him and Donald Trump properly at the RNC convention. It was horrible. It was a shit show. That's number one. People were paying him back. And second, it was the first hour and a half. First hour and a half, big cities are always going to get their votes in. But the rural vote, what did I tell you? Like the rural vote, Beto's going to be up 11 points, and then Cruz is going to win by 4. And that's what happened. I mean, it was a 15-point swing, and that's because Texas comes in later. Rob, the way this is my bread and butter. Like this is the stuff I know. Like this is like hockey and military analysis for me. I the voting stuff, it's mine. I love it. I study it. I study every county. I've spent the last 2 elections being pretty much 100% spot on. I love this shit. Here's Governor Abbott talking to Dana Perino, and this is what's happened. Now that they have broken quorum and they've run out of the state, this is what he's going to do. Listen to this.
You said in your statement that you put out today to all of them, in a letter to them, you said, in addition to abandoning their offices, these legislators may also have committed felonies. What is the felony? What are the penalties for this?
So very simply, it would be bribery if any lawmaker took money to perform or to refuse to perform an act in the legislature. And the reports are these legislators have been they sought money and they offered money to skip the vote, to leave the legislature, to take a legislative act. That would be bribery. And so the facts will have to come out. But I think based upon comments made by legislators themselves, they face a possibility of facing bribery charges, which is a second-degree felony in the state of Texas.
JD, please message me right after the show. I'm going to get a workout in, and I will get you unbanned. I'm so sorry. I can't do it until then. Thank you.
There's one way to cure that, and that is if they get back to the state of Texas and make quorum today at a hearing that we have at 3 o'clock, they can cure themselves of any quid pro quo that would subject them to potential bribery charges.
All right.
Okay. So essentially what he's saying is this is a little bit of a hollowed threat. And so let's get into it. If you tell somebody, hey, you're not going to be there, and if you're not there because you were bribed, you're going to be held accountable. But all we want you to do is show back up, but then the bribe still holds.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a hollow threat, right? Because it's like, oh, so all we have to do is show up and the bribe's okay. It should be, whether you show up or not, you're going to be investigated, every single one of you, for taking a bribe. Period. Plain and simple.
So I'm confused. I didn't realize that they're getting arrested for taking bribes. I thought they just weren't showing up for this vote.
But they were paid. What he said was they were paid specifically not to show up or to pay others to not to show up. So there was a certain pool of money, and there's evidence that shows that they walked up and said, hey, don't show up and you'll get $10,000 to your campaign. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. Okay.
So this is Speaker Burrows. He announced.
I would think that they'd want to show up because it's going against, they would want to vote.
You have to have a certain amount of people in quorum. If you break quorum and you don't have enough Democrats there, they can't hold the vote.
Oh, I see.
Right. So that's the rules. You have to have a certain amount of people. So if a certain, like, let's just say that there was a plane crash and 26% of the Democrats coming back all died. Well, it'd be a great time for the Republicans to hold a vote, right?
Yeah.
Well, they can't.
I got it.
That's why. So there are certain, what if there's a major blizzard or a storm and they go, oh yeah, let's hold vote because we all live right next to the, to the Austin courthouse. So you've got to be careful. It's just to protect them.
Got it.
Okay, cool. So Speaker Burrows announced that due to his dereliction of duty, he is prepared to recognize motions to place a call in the House. He'll immediately sign the warrants for civil arrests of the members. Now, this is interesting. Civil arrest. So he's swearing out a civil warrant. So this is like a citizen's arrest. It's very interesting. He can't take the Capitol Police and sick them on people to arrest them, but he can make a citizen's arrest based upon his powers in Congress. I haven't really dove into this, and I want to. I'm going to read into Texas law and find out exactly why he's making a civil arrest. But it's much different than an arrest from Capitol Police or Sheriff's Office or Police Department. Very different. Here's the video. Listen to this, and then we're going to take a break after this.
Members, the House will come to order. Strict enforcement has been requested by Representatives Raymond, Moody, Martinez, Canales, Munoz, Cortez, and Longoria. Please vote from your desks and for yourself. Clerk, ring the bell.
And Rob, thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. I just read it. Thank you, buddy.
What is this ringing of the
notification for people to show up and the vote's taking place. So you have people in the anteroom and chamber and in adjoining rooms, and you're telling them, here we go, let's count. See how they're starting to walk in? We just saw a mop of a head walk by. I was there.
Have all members registered?
Did I tell you I got to sit on the floor?
No, I knew you were there. I just didn't know.
Yeah, I got to sit on the floor, and I got to actually speak to the state Congress of Texas. So that's roll call. So roll call means it allows people to come in.
Oh, okay.
And they punch in and do their, but they have to show up. So there's notification. They usually have like a 15-minute, 10-minute prior. Then they hit roll call. That's notification to let everyone, hey, punch in your appropriate keys to let them know you're there and you're ready for vote.
Got it.
Or ready for the conversation to begin, or
whatever
the procedure, hearing, whatever.
Have all members registered? Members, a quorum is not present.
That is a giant gavel, but everything's bigger in Texas.
Yep.
The roll has been called, and a quorum has not been established. Let me begin by commending the members.
So so you understand. A certain amount of members from both parties need to be there to represent to have a quorum. I think the number's like, I don't know, 85, 90%. I don't know. It could be less, but I don't believe it is. The threshold is fairly high. And the reason why is because you want people there because they represent the constituents, and you don't have placeholders for this, so you need to be there to be present. If a certain amount of members are not there from either party and you don't have that threshold met, then you can't hold the vote. Therefore, you can't have a quorum. You cannot begin the processes of voting on legislation or this redistricting. So now that a quorum can't be established, they can't go into session. And now because they can't go into session, people are absent. Now, they have to put the roll against the overall absentee vote and see if there are any people who have a valid reason from being absent and not at the quorum. And if they do, then those people are negated from the overall, what he's about to say will happen. But because these people are absent from the quorum on purpose and have no valid reason to be absent, he can hold them in contempt. And this is where he will file a civil arrest warrant for these people. I mean, you ain't fucking around at this point.
Who did show up. Those who answered the call, honored their oath, and came here ready to work for the people of Texas. Your presence speaks volumes. You understand that the issues before us, disaster recovery, fighting for the families who lost loved ones in the floods, human trafficking, and more, are not abstract policy debates. They are real-world problems demanding immediate solutions. But instead of confronting those challenges, some of our colleagues have fled the state in their duty. They've left the state, abandoned their posts, and turned their backs on the constituents they swore to represent. They've shirked their responsibilities under the direction and pressure of out-of-state politicians and activists who don't know the first thing about what's right for Texas. To be absolutely clear, leaving the state does not stop this House from doing its work. It only delays it. And every day this chamber is unable to act, the cost grows. In response to this dereliction of duty, and pursuant to the rules of the House, I am prepared to recognize a motion to place a call on the House and any other motions necessary to compel the return of absent members. Should such a motion prevail, I will immediately sign the warrants for the civil arrest of the members who have said they will not be here. As Speaker, I will do everything in my power to establish quorum and move this body forward by any and all means available to this office.
Mm-hmm.
To those who are absent, return now. Show the courage to face the issues you were elected to solve. Come back and fulfill your duty, because this House will not sit quietly while you obstruct the work of the people. The people of Texas are watching, and so is the nation. And if you choose to continue down this road, you should know there will be consequences.
So he was reading off of a script. Did they know this was going to happen?
Of course.
Or is this?
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
Of
Because I'm
course.
like, he's reading from a paper.
Well, of course he is. He's the speaker. He's not the orator who makes shit up as he goes along. So his job is to follow the body's rules. And here's the thing. They're not forcing them to vote a certain way, which is what all the Democrats are saying. This is a democracy. You have your vote. Vote against it. You're just going to lose. You're going to lose. So this isn't about you voting yay or nay. This is about you not being here to vote.
Yeah.
In fact, they want you to vote against it because that's what you're going to do. And they're telling you, come back and vote against it because that is what you're supposed to do. So this is a dereliction of duty. This is like the chicken and the egg type thing. This is like somebody saying, well, if I break the law, I'm going to be fired. Okay, that's completely fair. And yes, if you break the law, you most assuredly will be fired. But more importantly, you still have to come to work. Well, I disagree with that. I don't want to go because I feel I'm going to be breaking the law. That's neither here nor there. You have to show up to work anyway. And if you decide to go ahead and break the law or not break the law is immaterial to this conversation. You've got to show up to work. You're not showing up to work. So this has nothing to do with whether this is legal or not legal. That's not for you to decide. Your job is to vote on it. And if you don't have the numbers, tough shit. Do better in the next election.
Exactly.
Elections have consequences. So he's doing his job. Now, do I believe this is going to go through? Well, I don't know. Based upon the past, no. These guys are going to push it. They're all talking to their lawyers. They're saying they're not going to do anything for 72 hours. You can kind of stay, all that shit. They're going to give them every possibility of not being arrested. But trust me when I say this, every single one of those Democrats want to go out in handcuffs. So what you do is arrest them. The moment that they land, put them in handcuffs and take them right to the floor and do the vote and release them. But if there were bribery charges, now you need to move articles of impeachment forward and you need to remove them from Congress. That is what you should do. The state's Congress needs to get involved in the state legislature and do articles of impeachment and vote them out. Because if they took bribes, it's illegal. So this is serious. It's very serious.
Is Abbott related to the Bushes? Because he looks like a Bush.
No.
Okay.
No.
Also, Dana looked very pretty in that video.
Dana is pretty. Dana's a beautiful lady. So that should give you all that you need to know about this. Here is one more thing from the Texas Dems. So I got to give their voice too, and then I'm going to give you Jasmine Crockett. And we're going to go to break, and we need to get some donations because we're getting our butt kicked tonight. I know the show's good, but it's not that good.
We're not here to play political games.
As we're in Illinois and not Texas. That's you're literally with Pritzker. You could be anywhere you want, and you go to the one of the most crime-ridden, Democrat-infested hellholes. Yeah, it's not a game at all.
We're here to demand an end to this corrupt process.
Yeah.
We ask them to stop hiding things from the public. We ask them to stop doing things behind closed doors. We ask them to stop attacking Texas communities. They refused because their loyalty and fealty to Donald Trump overrides all other interests.
Yeah. This is the most weak, spineless bullshit ever. Then vote.
Go back and vote.
That's your constitutional right. That's what you're an elected representative.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, that this is not political games, and they're not doing what the people of Texas want. Well, neither are you by running away from the vote.
Exactly. Great point. That's a wonderful point, honey. That's a great point. You practice what you preach. You're a little bit of a hypocrite.
Exactly.
You're sitting here casting rocks, but you're not there. So if they're ignoring their constituents, if they're not doing, great point.
Well, Democrat and hypocrite are synonymous with each other. So
they are. Here's Jasmine Crockett, who is very, very upset. Jasmine Crockett may not have a seat left, and good. She's a loudmouth.
She needs to get some different pants.
Not only that, but how many roles do you have, sister? Seriously. I mean, you sit there and you make fun of Donald Trump, but my God. I'm empathetic.
I understand the holes and the jeans are like in style, but honey, you're not wearing jeans. You're like wearing either dress pants or stretch pants.
It looks like jeggings.
Doesn't look good.
I don't know what's going on like right here, but there's something weird here. I don't know. It's just
the whole outfit doesn't look good.
It looks like a burnt Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Mm-hmm. Just right down here. This whole thing going on. Sorry, that's where my eye's drawn into. Here it is.
Doesn't look good.
Well, it looks like two eyes and a nose. looks like a deranged snowman of some sort from the belly button down.
Easter bunny.
It's deranged Easter.
Because the Supreme Court has paved the way for half the stuff that we see that's going on. Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that.
Oh,
yes, he is. But in a functioning democracy, he still would not be able to get away with this.
It's not a democracy. Actually, in a functioning democracy, that's exactly why we don't want a democracy, because every democracy has been corrupt to the nth degree. So this is exactly what a democracy does. So you're absolutely wrong.
But he's been able to get away with this because the House Republicans are...
Dude, when you literally can see your underwear through your stretch pants, lady, seriously, I mean, it's kind of just low rent.
Matt said that's the ghetto bulge.
Listen, I don't mind a little thickness. That's fine. But seriously, I mean, how old is she? 26? She hasn't had a kid? It's just way too many cheeseburgers. But you can literally see her skin. The tummy is stretching so much on what she's wearing. It's unsat.
Because the House Republicans are complicit. He's been able to get away with this because Senate Republicans are complicit. But most importantly, the courts, especially the Supreme Court, is complicit. And so I think...
Complicit, not complicit. Complicit.
One of the places that we...
They're complicit. Man, you know what they say. In order to be impotent, you got to look impotent.
Have to start is we are absolutely... They are the highest court in the land, and they have no ethics guardrails.
Land. It's not plural. Highest court in the land.
Now you go down to...
Now, if you don't have borders, and you're a Democrat with open borders, lands most assuredly would be plural. But land is the vernacular you're looking for. Just saying.
The lower courts, and they do. How much sense does that make? When we know that they're taking money, we have the paper trail, and they refuse to put guardrails on themselves, so it's time for us to do it for them.
Okay. All right. Well, she certainly got her mouth full. I don't understand.
Matt said, did Kamala hand her down those pants?
Well, that's what Kamala needs to do is teach her how to use knee pads, and she won't get holes in those knees. You know what I mean? It's got to be just damaging.
Exactly.
Folks, we'll be right back. 51.99, slow night. Ooh, I don't know what's going on. But now you have a break. You're going to have 2.5 minutes. We fixed the video. You can watch it where it says PayPal and everything. Now, let's go ahead and rock and roll, and then we will be right back with the rest of the show. So if you have a chance, please stop by thedumbshow.com/donate and help out the show. Remember, it doesn't matter. It's $5, $10, $100, doesn't matter. You help out the show. Okay? Help out. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations, but after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking I can't do it. I can't untighten it.
That's what she said.
That's what she's. Oof. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Totally tubular.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm going to punch you in the ribs. Donate. Jasmine's 44 years old? Wow. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't be making fun of her body, but 44 years old? Thanks, Chris. I had no idea. I thought she was a young one. Ugh. She's 44. Listen, she's not ugly. It's her personality that makes her ugly. Take one. Scene one. Ready, set. Ethan,
Break.
ready, don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready, set, action. No, whoa, director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old. Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
Better at
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm going to owe them money without.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh yeah, cut it.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo.
Yes, we do appreciate it, folks. Thank you for your donations. If you haven't had a chance to help us out, it does mean the world. We are 100% funded by the viewers. We don't have any corporate sponsors or RNC or DNC or any news network. And the funny thing is that a lot of people think that we are. They look at the set and they listen to the conversation and the quality of the audio and the video, and they go, oh, well, these guys have to be a corporate entity. They have to be sponsored by somebody. We're not. I was talking about that with TS today, and he's like, yeah, man, most shows like yours, they've got somebody running the show, editing. Well, we do it all. It's all us, which is nice because
you do it all.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say it. We're a team. It's Utah. Give me two. It's we Goose. There's two O's in Goose Boys. So, what's great is we get to keep the profits. So this is one of our largest forms of income are the donations, and without those, we don't have a show. So with you helping out, you can ask yourself a question. Watch 2 hours, 10 hours, 100 hours a week, whatever it is, or a month. Is it worth it to get that extra coffee? Or is it, hey, do you really watch that much Netflix? Ask yourself those questions. And if the answer is, you know what, I have my Netflix subscription. I give $25, $22 to them every month, and I don't watch anything from them. I watch the Don't Unfriend Me show. Maybe you can help out the show. You can also go to thedumbshow.com, and you can pick up coffee, shirts, hats, all that type of stuff. We've got a great retail store. It's amazing. You just trust me when I say this. Doesn't matter what you buy. It's all 5-star. You can go look at the reviews. We are rated with a diamond rating. We're one of the best on the internet. We have a top 10% rating for customer satisfaction. We have a top 10% for overall fulfillment and quality. And that's one of the best on the internet. We pay for Judge Me to give us reviews and collect everything you guys have to say. And go take a look at that. It's at the bottom of the page if you want to see it. All right.
And you can get the brand new kids Trumplican shirt.
Yeah. So if you have a kid who wants to go to school and show off that they're a Trump supporter, that's the way you do it. Thank you, folks. Hopefully, cat's here. And she hasn't been in a while. If she's a jerk, we're getting her out.
Yep,
so
you
she's
better
got to
lay
be.
down.
She's got to be nice. Here is
lay
a
down.
video. This is just insane, nonsensical. How are we on donations? Anything?
Not as of right now.
Okay, we're definitely leaving on time tonight. Looks like Trump. This is what Democrats are saying, that he is about ready to drop a pardon bomb, and the pardon will be for. Now, just listen to this, Lev.
Yes.
They're saying he is going to pardon George Santos, who is the Republican who is ready to serve his jail sentences for the crimes that he committed for like 7 years. Are you listening to this?
Yes, I am.
You can't be listening
listening
and typing. You just can't. I've known you for 26 years. You're going to be a part of this conversation.
Yes,
can
I
you
don't
listen?
know who George Santos is.
If you listen, you'll find out. So I guarantee if you don't listen, you will never know. But if you listen, you have a better chance of finding out. Cool?
Okay.
Want to give it a try? Because I warned you beforehand, you just kept typing. And I'm like, she's not listening to me to ask about listening. George Santos, former congressman. Got into some trouble. These little chubby glasses, homosexual, very flamboyant, and was just put in for 7 years. I think it was a little excessive. And they're saying that Donald Trump may pardon him. The second one is Diddy. They're saying Donald Trump's going to pardon P. Diddy. The third one is they're saying that he's going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell.
Something tells me that 2 and 3 are a not. I don't know what George Santos did or if they were close.
I'll tell you
what,
that after we watch this video. Let's watch.
The real news today is Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Not the news, but the about to be news. What do you think the likelihood is of Trump pardoning her if she essentially clears him?
No, I mean, it's totally likely. He just threw out the idea of pardoning Diddy. It's like everyone's going to get a pardon. You get a pardon. You get a pardon. Yeah, no, it's his like, and then he's going to do it all in mass. So it's like, well, everybody got a pardon. It'll happen all at the same time. And, it'll just be like, it will, if that happens, I mean, that is such a stab in the back to all of the victims, especially people, because I don't think people realize how traumatizing it is to testify and retestify and retestify, like, especially in the case of Annie Farmer. I mean, and her sister, Maria, 1996,
You just read that, lady.
they call the FBI. They do nothing. 2004, 2004.
Why are you saying think when you're reading it? Do you guys watch people's eyes? Do you know when they're reading something?
No.
I always let people know I'm going to look this up. But if you watch her, she literally looks down and she's reading this and pretending that she's remembering it. That's just disingenuous.
She wants to look smart.
She's full of shit.
2004 to 2005, they cooperate with the first case.
See your eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Santos. He falsified his biography. I'm reading. Donor fraud and fake reports, credit card identity fraud, fake nonprofits, fraudulent benefits, guilty plea of prison sentence, lack of remorse, all these things. Says he didn't do it. He broke the law. He deserves to be in jail. 7 years? I don't think so. But listen, why don't you tell me what you think first? Because sometimes what happens is that I say it first. Why don't you tell me what you think? If Donald Trump, by the way, everyone keeps calling her Ghislaine, it's Ghislaine, is my understanding. Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't really care. She's a pedo. I don't give a shit. But anyway, Maxwell, Santos, P. Diddy, put them all in one lump. I don't care. I don't want to break down individually who deserves what. I don't think Santos deserves to be pardoned. I think he needs to spend some time in jail for what he did because he's a crook. And that's the way it is. And if we're going to sit here and say we want politicians, we can't just say, oh, well, just Republicans. Yes, Democrats need to serve too. First of all, I believe that there's no chance of this happening. That's like my gut. What's yours?
Who started the rumors?
It doesn't matter. What do you think?
Well, it does because
no, it doesn't. What do you
I don't think he's going to do it either.
Okay, good. So you disagree, I disagree, both disagree. Now we can discuss the finer points. We obviously know this is a Democrat play. They're trying to tie Epstein. She already has cleared him. She already said he wasn't involved. Epstein's lawyers already said he wasn't involved. Everyone has said that Donald Trump isn't involved. There was only there was a couple of accusations that were in the sealed documents in the grand jury, and those were dismissed as fraudulent. So it doesn't matter. But the point is, if Donald Trump did this, which he won't, It's pronounced Ghislaine. That's not what people are saying. People are saying multiple names. They're saying Ghislaine, they're saying Ghislaine, they're saying Jelaine. I don't care. Dumb bitch is her name. So, Liv, if he did this, what would you do? Just hypothetically, we know it's not going to happen, but let's assume it is.
I'd be very, very, very disappointed. But he's not running for re-election, so at this point, what would...
I'm asking you, what would you do? What would your opinion of Donald Trump be?
It would go down. I'd be very disappointed.
Down? Like,
yes.
How far down? What does that mean?
I'm
stop typing. Just
I'm not
this
typing.
is why I need you on the show. I
I'm
need
not
you here right
typing.
now. Okay, so get here, and I don't want to hear it'll go down. What does that mean? If he pardoned a pedo, what would that do? What would you think?
I'd be pretty pissed off.
Okay, I would completely unabashedly turn on him like a New York fucking minute and spend every waking moment of his presidency outing him and trying to destroy him. That's what I would do. He pretty much confirms that he's a pedophile. Does it not?
Yeah, if he is pardoning those three, yes, absolutely.
And I'm passionate about this because we need to draw a line. Because if he did this, this would be absolutely 100% a deal breaker for me. And wouldn't it be a deal breaker for everybody?
You would think.
So what do you guys think? Do you believe that, or are you kind of like, well, it's no big deal? She just sex trafficked children.
No, it is a big deal. No,
right.
I would lose my respect for him.
Okay, and I agree with you. I think this would be a deal breaker for me. So now that we know that, okay, everyone's in agreement. Yes, 100%. Yes, Diddy beat the shit out of Casey. I agree, and he's a horrible human being. And honestly, they overreached on the charges, and they should have put him in jail. I'm with everybody. Glad we all agree. We're all on the same page. That's how you know it's not true. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can ask the why would he do that? He wouldn't. So then who made it up? Well, we know
Democrats.
It's from the left. Of course it is.
It's just more grasping at straws because their he cheats at golf didn't take off like they wanted it to.
They think they can control him, and they think by putting this in the paper that ultimately he'll get the idea and do it. That's not the way this works.
No.
Olivia, Linda Ritter is a scammer and needs to be blocked.
Who?
I don't know.
There she is.
Oh, I got her.
Got her. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Hollandaise, let's get it going, dummies, for Jasmine's knee pad fund. Thank you very much, sir.
Sorry, I was pushing so hard on that, but I needed you to tell me so I could make the connection with people of how we know it's not true. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're going to have to get her.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I can.
Okay. I'll get her.
Hold on. Yeah, you're going to need to go to the main site, I think.
All right.
Hold on.
Judy Gurley. Always enjoy the show. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're going to have to get her. Can you get her?
Yes.
All right, Judy, thank you. Hi, caller. Where are you from?
North Carolina.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Why are they not looking at Tina Peters?
Why are they not looking at Tina Peters?
Do you know who Tina Peters is?
Nope.
It's Frank.
I know it's Frank.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Frank.
Hi, Frank.
Wasn't she the gal in, hi, Olivia. Wasn't she the gal in Colorado who was she had something to do with elections? It's skipping over my head right now, but she was thrown in jail for
Yep.
You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Olivia doesn't. Then why are you saying yes?
No, I was talking. I don't know.
Olivia is not listening. Okay, just everybody, she's not listening. It drives me up the.
I'm trying to ban this person.
Okay.
I have to read and make sure, and then I'm making sure and double checking. I'm not
punch out. Banning
Olivia's
punching out. There, see, watch. There, she's punching
Man,
out. Okay, so
go easy on her. She's trying to do other stuff.
Frank, don't tell me how to talk to my wife or my co-host. Do me that favor.
I would never do.
You just did. Okay, so Tina Peters served as clerk and recorder of Mesa County, Colorado from 2019 to 23. Former Republican election denier. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. So I'm trying to tell you Tina Peters. I know who she is. I just can't tell you everything about her. So we're going to do it right now. Former Republican election denier, she became the first U.S. elections official convicted of felony charges related to the efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Unauthorized access to voting equipment in May 2021, she disabled security cameras in the secure room containing Mesa County's Dominion voting machines, allowed a non-employee to copy sensitive hard drives during a software update. Indicted on March 22nd for 7 felony and 3 misdemeanor counts, including official misconduct. Conviction and sentence. August, jury found her 7 out of 10 counts, including 4 felonies. She was acquitted on some lesser charges like identity theft. She was sentenced to 9 years in prison. She also received a fine of $3,000. In early 2025, the U.S. Department of Justice under the Trump administration filed a statement of interest supporting her request for bail during appeal. Colorado officials referred to that move as a grotesque attempt to weaponize the law. Peters remained in custody with a federal judge denied. So Frank, my wife's a co-host on the show. And when I say, hey, I need you to listen to this one because you're specifically, I need your opinion on this. She knows that. She'll probably tell you right now, I didn't listen. So my job is to have her listen because otherwise we can't do the segment. So she's a huge part of the show. Sometimes we have to put the stuff away and focus on the show. And this is one of those times. Okay. So Frank, you want her pardoned. Why?
Well, you've given me way more information than I've already known about this. So my apologies twice for correcting you about Olivia.
No, Frank, don't apologize.
I'm so
Please,
sorry
please,
about that.
please.
But about
Don't ever
more
apologize for.
importantly,
Wait, hold on a
Tina
second. Hold on. Let's go
Peters.
back. Let's go back. Don't apologize. But she doesn't need to be defended. She is a tough Hispanic Latina woman who will tell me to go fuck myself if I need to. And she'll do it right here on the show. She's laughing. She will do it right here on the show. So she doesn't need anyone to defend her. She's not a princess. She's not perfect. But this frustrates me because I've been with her for 26 years. And because she's very, very kind and loving and quiet, people think that she can't cut. She can cut. Okay? And she can cut hard. So Olivia has teeth and nails, and she brings them out often. And she knows that there are times when I've specifically set it up with her, hey, there's times where I'm asking you to remember something and you completely detach, and then I got to repeat it and it kills the show. Is this true? Mm-hmm. Was that one of those times?
Mm-hmm. I guess I was just trying to.
Yeah, he's like, do you know who Tina Peters are? And you're like, yes. And I'm like, do you do? And she's like, no. And so you weren't listening.
Well, yeah, I was trying to ban this person as requested.
Alexandra says she never has though. You're wrong. Olivia has literally been ripping me apart right before we go on air.
Oh, I don't know how long you've been watching the show, but I've gone off on a few viewers. You've never seen it. So
no, and she's gone off on me plenty of times after the show, during breaks, before the show, but Olivia doesn't on the show. And I've never done it to her on the show. So let's all move on because we don't need this. Frank, your second portion about Tina Peters, go ahead.
You know what? I have totally lost my train of thought. All I want to say right now is I was totally out of line. Olivia,
Frank,
I apologize. I know
Frankie
the relationship. Watching you guys long enough to know the relationship that you have, and I outstepped my boundaries.
Frankie,
I apologize.
Frankie, no, you didn't. I just told you. Listen, if you can tell me, Matt, go easy, I can tell you, Frank, no. Right?
You're right.
We're family. We're friends. But see, this
no
is
argument.
Hold on a second. Let me get this out. We're friends. We're family. You're loved. You care for us. We care for you. But when somebody says, "Hey, do this," and I'm going to say, "No, I won't." I'm just being honest. No, I'm not going to go easy on this point because this is the segment that I said 5 minutes ago. Hey, I need you to listen to this part because this is important. And then she went and did her thing. So my job is to call it out. Now, I could wait till a break that's never going to come. I could wait till the producer goes ahead and goes to commercial, but none of those things are going to happen. So we have to do it live because I got to say, Livy, I need you on here. I want to get your opinion. That's all. So this is what we need to understand. I'm not mad at you at all. I'm not offended at all. I completely respect your opinion to say, hey, go easy on Liv. She's blah, blah. No, I won't. So there it is.
I get it.
Right.
I totally understand. And again, I probably overstepped my boundary a little bit. I know you guys better than that. I've been around here for a while, so
Frank.
I know how you two react to each other. maybe it's just the mood that I'm in tonight.
What's the mood? What's going on? What's going on with Frank? Come on, talk to me. What's going on? Is everything okay?
No, dude, you know what? It's not important. It has no relevance on how you and Olivia interact with each other. This is a me thing, so I will deal with my shit. I don't have to bring it up to anybody. It's not important.
Frankie,
all I'm saying is I was in a mood tonight. I stepped in at the wrong time. I said the wrong thing. With all due respect, I apologize.
Okay.
And we'll just leave it at that, okay?
All right, we'll leave it at that. And there's no need. I accept it. There's no need for it. I really mean that. Can we at least talk about the Tina Peters things, because I think it's important?
Well, like I said, you brought up a lot of facts that I was not aware of, and that's my fault. I heard certain things, at certain times, and I was not given full information. I did not know all about the stuff that you brought up. So now, in retrospect, I'm looking back and thinking, okay, I need to do a little more research. I need to look into this a little more, and maybe she's not the saint that everybody has brought her up to be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, she's not the J6 grandma for sure, And
right,
she broke the law. I mean, what she did with. What are you laughing at, Liv?
Sorry.
You said, hold on, Frank.
Yenny's tail is in one frame on this side.
Yeah.
This side and the other head's on that one. I'm like, you got to take a screenshot of it because it looks like she's split.
Well,
and it's just freaking funny.
She's trying to push the firearm over, and she does it all the time.
It's just funny. You see her tail on one end and her head on another, and they're not together. It's funny.
Yeah. So Frank, my thoughts are this: is that until you prove that the election was stolen, you shouldn't be pardoning anybody who broke the law to try to prove that the election was stolen. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think it's a good look. I think Donald Trump needs to stay away from that stuff. I think he got the J6ers done, and I think he did more good there than bad. I think there's some people who should not have been pardoned. I don't think Ray Epps should have been pardoned. I don't think a lot of the Proud Boys should have been pardoned. But it is what it is. It's not my decision. He's the president. He has pardon powers. I think he should focus on getting America exactly where we want to be, protecting our borders, working on fentanyl, working on peace in the Middle East, and not pardon a bunch of people who deserve to be in prison for what they did. I think Santos needs to be in prison. I think Maxwell needs to be in prison. I think Diddy should be in prison. And I certainly think that Peters should be in prison. What do you think? I mean, you've heard these rumors. Do you believe it?
Do I believe what?
That he's going to pardon Maxwell and P. Diddy and Santos?
No, I think that's all another smokescreen. It's a diversion tactic. I think what he needs to do is, I wish, and I know the guy is smart enough. I know he is based on what I've seen in the past. But I think he's almost falling into what happened during Trump 1.0.
Oh yeah,
he's allowing himself to be manipulated, and I don't think that he's looking at the things that are most important and concentrating on those. He's allowing these little diversions to put him off track. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And that's what happened with the Kraken and Giuliani and Bannon is. They fed him all the stolen election. And then when it came time to truly put up or shut up, they had nothing. And it crushed him. I mean, if you look at all those trials or all those court cases that didn't go his way, and the only one that did had nothing to do with the election. And everyone's like, well, the judges didn't hear it. Well, that's because there wasn't enough for discovery. There wasn't enough to go to trial. And they were embarrassing. I watched most of these. Were you watching at the time, Frank, when we were watching these together, these trials in Arizona and all over the country? And it was just a bloodbath.
Yeah, I agree. It was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Matt. You know what? I just want him to get a little more grounded. I want him to. I think his intentions are good. I think his advice is bad. And based on what I just said, I think he needs a little discernment. And after everything this man has been through, assassination attempts, lawfare, everything, everything, you would think that at this point, he would be able to say, okay, I think I can separate the good from the bad. But again, I have to go back to what I said before about, I think he's not as bad this time as it was Trump 1.0. I think he still has those swamp creatures around him. And no matter who the president is, they're always going to have those people.
Yeah.
These unelected,
yeah,
appointed, people that are in there forever. He's never going to be able to get away from that. But I would like to think that the man has been through enough shit in his life that he knows what's coming down the pike and can differentiate and discern the good from the bad. That's all I want from him. I think that's all any of us expect from him is we just want him to do the right thing. And I think he's being pulled in so many different directions that it's difficult for him to make all the right decisions. And I don't expect him to make all the right decisions. Nobody is capable of that. We're not all saints, but we are all sinners. And I just want him to do the right thing for us.
Yeah.
We put him in there. He should know that. He should do what's best for us. That's all I ask.
Liv, what do you think? Do you think that compared to your term one, I think the Epstein thing threw him off his mojo. I think he was in a groove. He was on rails. Everything he was doing, he had one of those successful 2 weeks that we'd seen from any president in U.S. history. And then they hit him with the Epstein thing, and I think it pissed him off. And I think he's kind of been off of his game a little bit.
Yeah, I would agree. There's certain things you can tell that just distract him and get under his skin, and you can tell. And I think this is one of them. And the best thing, I think, is for him to just move on and continue what he has been doing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Don't let it get to him.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that whole thing was contrived? Do you think that was done on purpose in order to throw him off?
Yes.
To get him, because he was doing so well.
Yes.
He had so many positive things going in that first 2, 3, 4 months. And they said, oh, wait a minute. We can't have this. We got to throw something in there, get him off track. And that's what I could be wrong. I don't know.
No,
but that's what I think it was.
I 100% believe that Pam Bondi made a series of mistakes. Pam Bondi got way ahead of her skis. Democrats knew what was in the files. They knew what was releasable and what wasn't. Joe Biden released a plethora of files 9 months before Trump even took office. And Pam Bondi released the folders, and a lot of it was nothing new. It was all pretty much the same stuff that had already been released. So Democrats understood what they had and what they didn't have. And when she made a promise that there's some list, they smelled blood in the water. And they knew that they could ask for a list that couldn't possibly be released because there is no list. And anything that is created is in a grand jury indictment, and it's sealed. So the American public wants blood, but she can't provide what we want. And if they do that, they know they control the narrative. Well, release the files then. What files? And then I think Donald Trump did what Donald Trump does, and he tried to answer that the best he could. And I don't believe Donald Trump knows every single thing that every MAGA supporter cares about. But I know that they care about sex trafficking. They know that he wants the border secure. But I don't think they understood how personal this Epstein thing is to MAGA supporters. And it is. I mean, we care about it. Of course we care about it. Because we were told by his entire administration, by Don Jr., by everybody, that Epstein was corrupt, that there were a shit ton of, Bill Clinton was on it, Democrats were on it, celebrities were on it, and they want him held accountable. And when people smell blood, they get ravenous. And the Democrats saw an opportunity, and they're politically advantageous. They know what to do, and they knew to ask the question. And the moment that Trump said, what list? And he started going after Republicans, not us. He went after Republican senators and state legislatures who were making this a big deal. Once he did that, they knew they could spin it, and it just snowballed. And Donald Trump really stuck his own foot in his mouth, and this is what it created. He gave them an unforced error, and then did it multiple times.
Well, you talk about unforced errors. In your wildest dreams, do you think the Democrats are smart enough to have seen this coming and turn this around on him so that this outcome become what it is?
Yes. Anyone who asks that question, let's talk about Clarence Thomas. Let's talk about Kavanaugh. Let's talk about Amy Coney Barrett. Let's talk about Fernandez under the Reagan administration. Let's talk about Trump's first term. Let's talk about 2 impeachments. Let's talk about Stormy Daniels. Let's talk about E. Jean Carroll. Let's talk about Georgia with the Kemp conversation. Let's talk about real estate where there was no defendant. Let's talk about changing New York laws in 2017 in advance of 2020 that were already expired in order to charge him in case he decided to run again after 2020. Of course they're capable. Let's talk about 2 assassination attempts where one of them has clear ties to Ukraine, CIA, and there should be a lot of questions about Routh because that guy just screams that he was a CIA asset. As far as the kid and Butler, I don't have much. Yes, I understand the phones. I understand the pay scale. Maybe. I don't know. But that kid was a twat. That kid had stable 2 shots he should have hit, and he missed. So I don't know. People keep talking about professional assassins, and professional assassins hit their mark. Especially those 2 were layups. They were layups. I mean, I could have made that shot. I agree. I could have made that shot with iron sights. And I would have put 3. I would have put 3 rounds in him before he even hit the ground, with absolute ease. So, but yes, of course this is what they do. This political opposition. They ran the Obama story about Kenya in 2006. The Podesta emails, they did that in 2008 when it came, in 2014 when it came to the Steele dossier and started the op-ed research on Trump. So yeah, absolutely they're capable. And there's people who, like me, who say, how many times have I said, oh, well, they should do this, and then they do it. And you're like, oh my God, how did you know? Because I think like them. And my work in marketing, my work in political campaigns, and my work doing this job and loving politics, I've seen the trends. So yes, Democrats, there's specific people who are literally watching every single word that Donald Trump says, and then they are having a think tank sit down and say, what are we going to hit him on? How are we going to entrap him? What do we push him on? What do we say? What do we do? And what if he does A, B, and C? And if he does A, B, and C, where do we go from D, E, F? And how do we get to Z? So yes, absolutely, this was manufactured. And how do you know it was manufactured? Because all the talking points went out right after he did it. It was all over X. All the big blue accounts were just like, blah, 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 Epstein files. He's bashing on Trump supporters. He doesn't want to release files. He's a pedo. And it's literally been rolling downhill. Look what the Krasenstein brothers put out. Look at what Mark Cuban put out. Look at what all these people put out. And it was all the same thing. Trump's a pedo. Trump's a pedo. It started trending on Twitter. Of course it's manufactured. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Unfortunately, we don't have the best assassins in 2020 as we had in 1963. If they'd have had those guys, this whole thing would have been a lot different.
January 22nd, 1963 was not that the assassins were good. A lot of people ask, Frank, a lot of people ask me that question. Who killed John F. Kennedy? You want to ask me that question?
I don't want to ask that question because it's not important at this point in time.
It is important. Ask me the question anyway. I'm going to give you an answer you've never heard. I'm going to give you an answer you've never heard. You've never heard this. I promise you've never heard anyone say this in your life. Liv, you've known me for 26 years. How many people have asked me this question? You've never heard me answer it, right?
I don't know what you're going to answer.
No,
so
but who killed Kennedy?
People have asked you a lot, and you've told them what you think.
No, I haven't. So go ahead. Ask me who killed Kennedy.
Who killed Kennedy?
The Secret Service. with 100%.
Oh yeah, you know what? I totally agree
with 100%
totally,
neglect.
They stood down.
They stood
They
down.
took the bubble off the car.
They killed him.
Changed everything up.
Yep, and it was a complete failure of negligence. And if Secret Service would have done their job, he'd still be alive today. They killed him.
I totally agree.
Good, because that's the answer that nobody will tell you. Because it's not sexy, but it's 100% true. If the Secret Service did their job, Kennedy would still be alive today.
Well, isn't that the same thing that holds true for Butler?
That is exactly
service,
right.
They were, they stood down. They didn't have the qualified people there to give him the coverage that he needed, and it's almost parallel.
It is parallel, and the idiosyncrasies, but the failures of what took place in Butler and what happened in Dallas are very similar. A lot of people are like, LBJ killed Kennedy, the KKK, the mob, the Cubans, Secret Service. If Secret Service did their job and do the due diligence and followed procedure, Kennedy would still be alive. They never would have turned down Elm. They would have stayed on. They would have stayed on Houston.
That wasn't the prescribed route that he was supposed to take.
No, name fucking operational security where you slow down and stop in high-rise buildings and give people trajectory. Never. Never in the history of, not since, I mean, the Archduke Ferdinand taught us that. They hit him with a fucking tomato.
Right. Hey, Matt, let me I remember.
Go ahead.
I remember when Kennedy was assassinated. I watched that shit all weekend. I went to a parochial school, and at 1 o'clock or so on the speakers, it came on. John Kennedy has been assassinated. They sent us all home. I turned on the TV. That TV was on until Sunday. I was glued to it. I saw Lee Harvey Oswald get assassinated.
He wasn't assassinated. He wasn't. He didn't. Die, he didn't die that day, dude.
No, I know. He had a bulletproof vest on.
How old were you, Frank?
At the time, let me see. That was 63. I would have been 12.
Wow. God, I wish I was alive then. I really do.
Here, I'm going to give you another mind blower.
Okay, give me another mind blower.
I went to a Catholic school, and I was in Belleville, Illinois, which Kennedy drove through. We were on both sides of the street.
That's right.
Bellevue Hospital. This. It was yesterday.
Yes, Bellevue Hospital. That's right.
And he was going to give a speech.
Yes, he was.
In oh God, what was it? The St. Clair County Courthouse.
That's correct.
Which was our county seat.
That's right.
And we all lined up because we were a Catholic school. Oh my God, a Catholic president. So we all supported him.
Correct.
I was there. I was within 25 feet of him when he drove through and was waving. I remember this like it was yesterday. And then all this crap went down. I was like, oh my God, this was one of the major things in my life that I remember. And to be that close to history and to be able to remember that is just, to me, is just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so blessed to know that I had not a part of it, but was able to be witness to a part of it.
I'm looking at one thing.
I don't know if that makes any sense or not.
No, it absolutely does. I mean, I feel like I was there. I've watched it enough. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
And I've read it.
I know. You know the history.
Yeah. Bellevue.
What you've said.
Bellevue.
How much you've studied it.
Well, I absolutely love it, and I love studying it. Bellevue Hospital is an interesting correlation. Remind me to talk to you about New York and Bellevue and Kennedy and the connection there between him. But everyone always asks who killed Kennedy. That's it. Secret Service. Because that's the answer. I mean, the who did it is just window dressing, right? Because it doesn't matter. But the fact that they could is absolutely related to every decision that the Secret Service made. And every failure. I mean, there was multiple failures. I can name 10 right now just immediately. That if any Secret Service detail did before Kennedy, I mean, you have to understand. I mean, the Secret Service was shit hot. The Secret Service defended multiple leaders around the world. It wasn't just Kennedy. They protected the vice president. They protected high value targets. They defended any type of ambassadors that came here or any foreign dignitaries that came here. Secret Service knew what they were doing, and Secret Service were all OSS, and they had the ability. So everyone's like, "Well, it was different." No. These practices that took place were instilled in them long before 1963. And there were several assassination attempts on FDR. I can't even tell you how many assassination attempts there were on FDR. World leaders wanted to kill FDR. So the fact that they understood, they learned by baptism by fire of how to be the most elite protective force on the earth. They knew what to do, but there were specific memorandums, there were specific orders that were to stand down and not do these things. And that's why Kennedy was killed. Frankie, can I say something from the bottom of my heart? And then can I get just a yes from you? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please.
First of all, whatever apology you had, you didn't upset me. I wasn't mad. I wasn't frustrated. And you are a friend. And Olivia and I both value you tremendously. A lot more than Debbie over on Rumble. What did she say about getting feathered? Olivia, blink twice if you want to. Wait, I can't see it.
Blink twice if you want Matt tar and feathered.
Yeah, just whatever, bring it. So the point is Frank, is that you didn't cross the line. I know you're going to apologize. Please don't. In fact, if you don't call in, I will personally, the show will lose its value. You are one of the people who have carte blanche to call in as many times as you want, as long as you want, and we will continue the conversation until it's done. You didn't upset me. I wasn't mad. I just simply said no, don't, and no. And I would tell a buddy that. I would tell my dad that. I'd tell Olivia's dad that. So I love you. I appreciate you. We both care about you tremendously. And please, if I offended you, I apologize. Okay?
Dude, you can never offend me. And let me tell you something from my heart.
Yeah.
I was over this 30 minutes ago.
Well, I wasn't.
Okay?
I wasn't.
I mean, I totally when you gave me the first explanation, I was like, okay, I fucked up. I totally I didn't look at it the right way, and I made a mistake. I will admit to that. I will always admit to when I make a mistake, and that was one of the times I think I made maybe a minor mistake.
Well,
but
I'll tell you this. I do it too, and there are times where I'll snap at Olivia, and it happens. There's no doubt. It's very stressful to do this job. It's not easy, and it's like an air traffic controller. If you think it's not, come sit in my chair. But my wife and I are bulletproof. We're bulletproof. We're bulletproof because...
No, man, I know that. And that's why I love you guys so much. And that's why I will always be loyal to you, because I understand you guys. I understand where you're coming from. I love how you love your family and you are always willing to protect them. And, dude, I'm the same way. I would take a freaking bullet for people that I love.
Yeah, me too.
And that is something that is hard for people to understand. They don't, they're like, they're fair weather friends. They'll be there when you need them, but when they fuck up, maybe not.
We've had an experience of that this week, haven't we? Yep.
Yes.
Listen, there's people who we know who are on the list, and it's a very few people, because that list is difficult to get on. And Kev is on the list, Mel is on the list, Bobby's on the list, Deb's on the list, you're on the list, even Dave, the train guy's on the list, and probably about another 25 people who I don't have the time to mention. Tuner and JD and Vicky, and I'm going to forget people. Melanie, Melissa. There's plenty of people who James, huge, JD is huge. I mean, I could sit and just read down, and Carrie has gotten on that list. And then there are people who don't need a list, who are just family. So, yeah, you're loved, you're cared for, you help the show move around, and I appreciate you immensely. So thanks for calling in, okay?
All right, man. Hey, I love both of you. I love
Ditto.
my family out there. My dummies would do anything for any of you. And I just want you all to know that. Love you all. Take
All
care.
right. See you, brother. Talk to you soon. Thanks for calling in.
All right, we need a donation break. And Judy Gurley, thank you for answering my question.
What was the question?
She was 6 when Kennedy died, and she said she remembered her mom putting black cloths on all the mirrors in the house. So I had a question. I've never heard of that before.
Why don't you pop those in? I'll tell you what it's all about.
Yeah. All right. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Is this going through? Oh my gosh, it's tiny.
Oh, that's what she said.
That's not something you want to brag about. Melissa Tittle donated 75. She is from my old stomping ground. So.
Oh, is she?
Thank you.
Is that new?
much.
Is she new?
Yeah, I have never heard.
Melissa, I haven't
the
heard your name
before.
either. Congratulations. Thanks for stopping on by and being a part of us. And you're
Appreciate
amazing. Get these in here real quick and then we'll move on.
And next, JD Stillwell. Thanks for Monday Fix. Thank you very much, JD. Appreciate it.
Thank you, JD. Oh, we've got quite a few.
Yes. Yeah, I always stop during phone calls. I don't put them in during phone calls. So if you guys ever donate and we have somebody on the phone, that is why I always put them in afterwards. So why is this not working?
Hey guys, just got home. Was at my daughter's birthday dinner. Thanks, Tommy. Tell her happy birthday. Kimberly Ann, hello. So when you put, are you done?
All right. Nope.
Oh,
CJ
okay.
Jenkins. Good
Holy
evening, everyone.
CJ.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Between Melissa and CJ, thank you both for getting it up there. We appreciate you. Oh, that's a good question. Is that Frank?
Frank Riley.
Frank Riley. I'm interested to hear this one.
Okay, I can't. We're just gonna have to say it because I can't redo the whole thing.
This is from Frank. Does this admin have enough bandwidth to handle Epstein, pursue Russian hoax, and work on our voter rolls deportation? How the heck are we going to get it all done? It's a great question.
Yes, thank you.
It's a great question, and it's a valid question. But I will tell you this. You have over 1 million employees in the federal government, 5,000 that report directly to the administration. I believe if he utilizes his prosecutorial powers through U.S. attorneys, then yes, like T.S. Dixon says, I agree with him 120%. He has the manpower. The question is, will he do it? And I think you're starting to see these surfaces. You need arrests. You absolutely need arrests. Let's punch this, Liv.
Yep.
But we got to get through these.
And then we got one more.
Okay.
All right. Paul Rivera. I'm waiting for the night we get to see the Latina. Yeah, it came out a couple weeks ago.
She does, but wait, she does it to me. You just have to, you have to know. You have to listen to it. See, it's easy to point when I'm getting annoyed because I just say it. I don't have a filter. I'm like, when Olivia annoys me, it's when she ignores the show and she's chatting with Deb or somebody else in Rumble. And I'm like, hey, I need you. Come here. Because she's a host on the show. So my job, you guys, I want you to think about this. I say something and then I say, hey, what do you think? She's like, I don't know. And then I got to repeat it again. That sucks, right? Not as much as I would like, but it's something. Kat, it's amazing. And we appreciate you and we love you tremendously. Thank you. But Olivia is different. Olivia doesn't smile. When Olivia is mad, see, she doesn't smile. And she naturally smiles. She lights up a fucking room. She's got the greatest, she has amazing teeth. She's beautiful. I mean, look at her right now. She's sexy as hell.
Make me blush.
But when she doesn't smile, I know I'm in trouble. And she was smiling the whole time, even when I was like, because that's how we play. We banter. Olivia and I talk shit to each other. If you ever see us out and about, we're like constantly ribbing each other. And
we do with our children too.
Yeah, it gets
Constantly.
brutal. This house,
really is.
This is a high IQ house. And you got to be on your toes. And if you're not, you get crushed.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the commercial. Seriously?
That's us.
That's us.
So
It's
when
how
I
we
look at
are
her and I'm
on a
like, hey, do you want to
daily basis.
participate or what? And she's like, oh, well, I'm doing something. I said, well, I didn't ask you to do something. Would you get in here and let's do this? That's just the way we talk to each other. And she's the same way. She just doesn't do it on the show because she knows. Okay, my strength is just to be open and honest. Her strength is to deceive you.
Deceive you.
She is not this sweet and innocent. She's not.
I'm a sweet little innocent princess.
Bullshit. If you don't believe, call her, ask her mom. Her mom will come on. Her mom will tell you. She is not. She plays the prom princess, and she's not. She's tough as nails. She's opinionated. She's been with me for 26 years. Do you really think that I haven't rubbed off on her a little bit?
If you want to see that Latina side come out, you got to go look at the show a couple years ago where I went off on one of our viewers.
Kay Decker, we read your check you gave us, and we read your note. We did. We were just tickled by it. It says, Olivia Spear, I hope you guys got my little check. I have been so busy in my own little world and have not looked in on it. I just want to say thank you for your help. Kay, you said thank you for your homework, for helping me with my homework. We remember. We read it live, and we were absolutely stoked by it. So it made our day, and we thank you so much. Yeah, we read it online, and we told everybody about it. So thank you for doing that.
Yes, thank you.
All right, let's shift gears. Okay. Olivia, I'm sending one more. Please wait towards the end of the show. That's JD.
Okay. I will do that.
We good?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this one, Olivia, would you please pay attention to this video? Because I might want to ask you a question. Please. Are you ready? Can you pay attention?
Am I?
Can you pay attention to this?
Yes.
Okay. Here it is. Jeez. This is just listen, and military. Just listen to this.
I have a message for the American people. Last December, I encouraged you to give this new administration a chance. Time is up. Our government is compromised. Tyrants get promoted and patriots get punished. I am very concerned that we are on the brink of losing our constitutional republic to tyranny. We came extremely close during COVID and
Deborah, I don't have to rub. Because I live with her. So you get the thoughts, I get the real thing.
Oh my.
Self-gratification isn't necessary when you have a sex slave. Okay?
it seems to me like everyone has already forgotten that it even happened. There has been no rectification and absolutely no accountability. The only way that I see we the people taking back our country is a ground-up revolution.
Well, that's going to be your career, kid. See ya.
We must abandon the America First movement as well as both political parties. I am calling for the God First, Liberty Second movement to be born in the United States of America.
First of all, your uniform is unsat. And that pouch on your lower, underneath your name is driving me crazy. Find a fucking iron, dude. You're so absolutely crisp as hell under your military designation, but your actual name, that, don't know what happened to that flap, bud, but find yourself an iron.
America. This will take at least 8 to 12 years to accomplish. We must first take municipal seats, then county seats, then state seats, and then we will take back our federal government. If the spirit of patriotism burns within you, you are called to the work. For many are called, but few are chosen. We need those who otherwise never would have gotten involved in politics to step up and serve.
His CO is just going, yeah, I'm fucking watching it. Is that Cersei? That stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's
what would your
dishonorable discharge?
I'll tell you in a second.
Qualifications be? I can't say. But I can share what the Lord personally impressed upon me to qualify for me to participate in his work, and maybe it will guide you in seeking your calling. Number 1, you must keep yourself above reproach. If you have any vices, you must abandon them. Pornography, any sexual sin, any addiction, unrighteous anger, and pride were a few that were impressed upon.
This guy reminds me of Timothy McVeigh. I'm just letting you know, if I'm command, I'm getting him a psych eval right now, and I'm out processing on Section 8.
Yeah, he is a little out there.
Yeah. Is there anybody in there?
The enemy of all freedom will use anything you do against you, so only do good. 2, you must prioritize your health and fitness. If you do not have a strong tabernacle to house your spirit, your emotions, and your mental health, you will struggle to...
I called it. I called it. Like at the beginning when he started, he said 1, blah, blah, blah. Called it. I'm like, he's Mormon. He's Mormon. Freaking called it. He's a Mormon.
If
How
you
can
have
you
a
tell?
strong tabernacle, I
Yep.
got a tabernacle you can swing from, bro.
Yep. Tabernacle. That's Mormon.
Overcome the attacks that surely will come.
Just not if you can hear me. Just a little pinprick. There'll be no more.
3, you must trust in God with
But you may feel a little sick.
all your heart.
Stand up. Now, I do believe it's working. Good. That'll keep
Hey,
you
David
going
Bowie over there.
for the
Would
show.
you like to zip it so we can watch the show?
David fucking Bowie. He did one song with Floyd, which is hands down one of the best renditions
Well,
of
that's the
Comfortably Numb.
rendition I ever watched. That's the one I know. So.
Okay, all right.
There will be hard times ahead in this movement. If you do not have faith, you will not endure. 4, you must be willing to sacrifice everything. Your life may even be taken. Personally, I'm all in. I am currently running for mayor in the city of Eagle Mountain, Utah, where I reside. My primary election is
Olivia
taking
is so
place
stoked that she Mormon ostracism.
soon. If I fail to prevail, in 2 years I will run for city council, and then in 4 more years I will run for mayor again.
And I will eat your children if I fail a 5th time.
I am calling on patriots and freedom fighters everywhere to join this movement. You are called. It's up to you what you do to be chosen. I intend to preserve for my children what my parents' generation has failed to preserve for me. In the future for which I am fighting,
call this parents
my children
failures.
will be able to afford a home. My children will be permitted to raise their children without the fear of the government indoctrinating them. I have a message for the
Toast.
Wow.
Goodbye.
He is a little bit out there.
I'm telling you right now, follow-up story, he will be out processed within the next 72 hours.
And that's, like I said, is that dishonorable discharge or what is that going to be?
It's probably not going to be dishonorable, but administrative, more than likely. It's not dereliction of duty, but he'll probably get Section 8, so it could be a medical discharge. They're going to go after that he's nuts, because he is. He's fucking just cuckoo. He's a chief warrant officer. He's a CWO. That's no joke. Warrants are like, to be a warrant, it's like you finish your career as a warrant. You're shit hot. He's a young warrant too. And CWO is kind of honoring. Ryan Weaver was chief warrant officer.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. And they're kind of like the chiefs of Army. And CWOs can also be in the Navy. Chief warrant is a rank that's cross service. So to be a warrant officer, a lot of helicopter pilots are warrant officers. A lot of people who want to be pilots but didn't go to officer candidate school were made CWOs. And they have a very high regard in the military. They're shit hot. This guy is shit crazy, batshit crazy.
Yep.
It could be a less than honorable discharge, true, with a medical attachment. It's probably going to be medical, and they'll Section 8 him. They'll let him have his retirement. He's got to be close. Yeah, he's CWO too, right? So yeah, I mean he's been in a while. He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, you don't call for an armed revolution when you're in the military. That's pretty fucking stupid. Elizabeth Hall donated 5. I hope I am family. Love you all. You're all family. And just because I didn't name everybody, I can't possibly name everybody. But listen, you're good people, and we know you're good people. So I've just, remember, I've got to create boundaries because of what happened last week. It's just not going to happen again. I can't do it. So when it crosses into that personal realm, just no, goodbye. Can't do it. And if we want to have that personal relationship, call me, send me an email, not on the show. It's not the time. Jeff Oliphant, $20. Thanks for the redistricting explanation. You got it. We got some more Sydney Sweeney reaction from looks like somebody ate Sydney Sweeney and they have some things to say. Here is the left melting down. And when I say melt, I mean, I am not kidding. They are melting down. I miss so much trying to donate. Loretta, I'm sorry you missed it. Don't worry. It's going to be okay.
I'll put this one in.
Yeah, put it in. This fly is going to die a miserable death. Thomas Griffiths, $20. Get him to roll around in the grass for the RSM.
I don't know what the RSM is.
I don't either. Here's people reacting to Sweeney. These people are so unhinged. Liv, you ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Sweeney ad. Have you seen it?
Oh, yes, I have.
What are your thoughts?
Trying to calm myself, but that would, Sydney Sweeney has good really? Like, the eugenics in that, it's dripping with it, and I'm like, no.
When you saw it, what did you think of?
I mean, I thought, it was disgusting. I think it's just showing what kind of country we're turning into. It's white supremacy at the end of the day. That's what this ad is representing.
She's running around.
She's running
I didn't see it,
yeah.
but I have heard quite a bit about it, and a lot saying that it's slighted towards like eugenics and comparing the blue jeans to blue jeans, blue blood, white hair, or not white hair, but like blonde hair, blue eyes, and there's been a lot of comparison to that. I think it's absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not a good look. I mean, she's blonde hair, blue-eyed, white woman, very cute, and a lot of the things she's been doing online.
Supple breasts.
Exactly. We know she's talking about.
Milky white thighs.
Is that Honey Boo Boo?
I mean, look at that bands off my butt. Dude, nobody wants you. Like, seriously, you have bigger fucking arms than I have thighs. And I've got some nice thighs. So I just let you know, they're very well formed. A little white, but that's gross. Gross. And why are you wearing 2 sunglasses?
Is she?
She is. That is correct.
Maybe she's wearing sunglasses over her actual glasses.
I don't care.
What is the dude in the background doing?
I don't know, but he's got a sledgehammer.
It seems that she's definitely been, pandering to a certain group of men online.
I've seen parts of it, not the whole thing. I understand why people are offended.
Why? Explain it to me.
Whatever the intention.
God, I should go out and do these. I
You really
I would
should.
get in a fight. I'm like, oh, really? You understand why? Well, then explain it to me, because I'm trying to understand it myself.
I need to go out and do those because
But you gotta carry. So you got to go some places, but you got to carry.
Where the impact is very problematic.
It's not acceptable to begin with. So
Yeah. And I've been seeing
What is an accept? Oh my God! What is that thing?
a lot of people online being like, okay, well, if we ran the same ad with a black woman, it would be interpreted differently. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, considering that Beyonce is doing ads for jeans for Levi, if I'm not mistaken. So does that mean that I can only wear Levi jeans if I'm black? What is that? She looks like the Brianna de Tarth. Is that it? Brienne of Tarth?
Oh, Brienne of Tarth?
Yeah, she looks like Brienne of Tarth with pink hair. Ugh.
Not as tall.
She looks like Schmeagol with a weight problem.
my thoughts on that is that, a black woman probably wouldn't use the same inflection. And
Scotty Bick says that was the tent that people could pay to go into and smash old electronics and other crap with a sledgehammer. Really? So they're just raging. I wonder if these people are on roids.
they didn't do that. So, they can say what ifs all they want, but the fact of the matter is they used a white woman to send a very specific message.
What about you?
I definitely think if it were a black woman, it would send a different message.
That black jeans are better than white. Literally, okay. Jeez, Kat.
Scared the crap out of me.
Jeez, Louise, Kat, you scared the shit out of me.
Tell the hun.
So here's the thing. I have the clothing shop. So I do models, and I have a few black models on the show, but very, very few, because most of my audience is white. I mean, let's just be honest. And I have Mexican listeners and Jews and Gentile. Okay, so I got everybody. But I try to, when I do the t-shirts, the mock-ups, I try to find a white model. Like when I do male and female shirts together, I try to find a male and female white couple in the photos, and there's thousands of them. It's called Place It by Envato. There is not one couple that isn't multiracial. And I guess it's okay. It doesn't matter. But if I'm like, I need a white couple for this. The shirt says white power. It doesn't work. So I need you to, it's a swastika. I need to have a white couple. Of course, none of those things I sell, but you get my point. And every single one is a multiracial couple. And it's impossible. And like, I'll put in married couple and 2 gay guys come up. And I'm just like, okay, that's not the audience I'm trying to curtail to. So this is the way it happens. Matt says, don't forget Damani. Damani's not black. Damani's whiter than I am.
Can I have your phone, please? Oh, I got it.
Why?
Because somebody's saying a donation they did and it's not coming through. So
Loretta's wondering if it came through as well.
So I am checking. That's it.
So yes, Damani's black. I'm teasing. Got a couple more to show you.
The entire time that the first chick where she's like,
given what Russia has done in Ukraine,
Trump's first inauguration with the chick with the glasses is like,
no.
Yes, that's exactly.
She's
what
my
I was
favorite
thinking
meme.
Of.
By the way, the good jeans are sold out. Yeah, and their stock is shooting through the roof. Through the roof. We're checking out transactions right now, and then. Loretta, did you do it through PayPal? Did you do it through credit card? What did you do it through?
I'm not seeing anything here.
I'm not seeing anything either, Loretta. I just want people to understand, this is January 23rd, 2017. This is 2 days after Trump took office. 2 days. And I just want you to listen to this memory lane.
Given what Russia has done in Ukraine and threaten the Baltics, and now they've clearly tried to intervene in our election. Whether it had an effect or not, that's a danger that we have never faced to this extent in American history.
We now know the intelligence agencies are looking into possible contacts between any Trump associates and the Russians.
Bottom line is we should have a thorough investigation of all the allegations. They are really serious. Given what Russia has done in Ukraine and threaten the Baltics, and now they've clearly tried to intervene in our election. Whether it had an effect or not, that's a danger that we have never faced to this extent in American history.
We now know the intelligence agencies are looking into possible contacts between any Trump associates and the Russians.
I wanted you to listen to it twice because what's wrong?
No, I'm just sighing because of how stupid he is.
It's such a joke. And this is all the way back, and this is 2 days after. This narrative was completely cooked and baked and ready to go. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to show you something I never thought I would see. CNN saying that Donald Trump is the most influential president in U.S. history.
What?
Yeah. Here we go.
The Donald Trump administration is arguably the most influential this century and probably as well dating back a good portion of the last century as well. Love it, like it, lump it. Trump is remaking in the United States of America. Let's talk about tariffs first, right? There's all this talk that Donald Trump always chickens out when it comes to tariffs. No tacos for Trump. The effective tariff rate, get this, it's 18%, the highest since the FDR administration in the 1930s, up from, get this, just 2% last year. From just 2% last year, we're talking about a level, an effective tariff rate level, get this, 9 times as high this year than last year. But it's not just on tariffs, which of course Donald Trump ran on, in which you're seeing a tremendously influential presidency. What about immigration? Of course, Trump ran and has always run on a very hawkish immigration platform. Get this, 2025 net migration in the United States down at least 60% from last year. In fact, we may be heading for the first time in at least 50 years in which we have net negative migration into the United States. And last year, of course, in 2024, the net migration in the U.S. was 2.8 million. This year, we might be talking about negative net migration. My goodness gracious. Now, of course, this is part of a larger story, as I was mentioning. We're talking about immigration, net migration. We're talking about the effective tariff rate. But get this, how is Donald Trump doing it? Well, he is signing a ton of executive orders. Get this, 180, the most in a year since Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Oh, my goodness, you have to go back to the first half of
he
the
says, "Oh my
20th century,
goodness,"
the
one more
last
time, I'm
century.
gonna, "Oh my
And to make a
goodness," I'm right in
comparison,
the nuts.
Joe Biden
goodness.
has signed, get this, just 77 during his entire first year. And we're only a little bit in August so far. And Donald Trump making history with
Oh my goodness.
180 executive orders signed so far this year. So that's why I said that in my mind, Donald Trump is the most influential president of this century and probably dating back a good portion of the last century. That is because he is remaking the country in terms of tariffs. He is remaking the country in terms of net migration, and he is remaking the country in terms of how much policy changes he's putting through in executive orders. As I said, it truly is history.
Hillary's going to get this guy. No, he's not a Trump supporter. He's spent a lot of time being negative, but what he is honest.
Holy shit.
And
a pig just flew across.
Yeah, no,
our
he
ceiling.
listen, I've been watching this guy and his election predictions sucked. He was horrible. But he went off the numbers and I'm like, well, that's your fault. This will now be the third election in a row that none of you people should have went off the numbers. If you can't tell, by the way, 2026 and 2028, don't listen to the numbers because they're wrong. But I got you, John. JD, I got you. Thanks for doing it at the end of the show. I'm going to, right after this, we're going to go and I'm going to do it. But at least he's honest. And I got to give him that. He's honest. It's not a backpedal. Here's the thing. Is a lot of people are like, oh, it's CNN. Why would you listen to CNN? Because it's true. That's not even including the Abraham Accords. It's not including what he did with the opioid pandemic. It's not even talking about the things that he's working on with Russia, the things he's working on with Israel. It's not even talking about the economy. There's so many things that they're not even talking about with him. Prescription prices, inflation. If you take his first term and this term, I mean, he hands down is one of the most influential presidents ever in world history. And it's the truth. Whether you like it or not is immaterial. It's just the truth.
Might want to open the door. She's trying to get out that one.
Yenny, come here.
There you go, kiddo.
Come here, Yenny. Psst. You're out. Come over here, dummy. I think we're going to finish up right here.
Okay.
I think we got enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good show, fun show. Thank you, everybody, for a really good time. Loretta, don't even sweat it. It'll get through. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, JD.
And CNN, he is saying nothing that the producers didn't approve. Thank you, JD. I got your back. Yeah. So listen, it just comes down to this. Is Trump going to pardon Gizmo? I guess I didn't get to finish that statement because we got hijacked because Frank came on and was so rude.
He's going to call again and kick your ass.
I'm not going to answer it. So here's the thing. Very rarely do I say absolutely in no way, shape, or form would someone do this. So I'm going to say this instead because politics never surprises me.
I thought it was Frank.
I thought it was Frank too. Hi, Loretta.
Hey.
Hi, Loretta. How are you?
Hi. I'm sorry. I was watching you and.
Loretta, turn down however you're watching the show real quick, and so we can stop that echo, if you can.
I'm doing that. Thank you.
Cool. What's going on? What do you want to talk about?
I was just frustrated. I went to the site. First of all, I couldn't get the donate site that you'd posted in the script here on the chat.
Okay.
I didn't see that, so I had to go out of the show and go find another show and go on to it and then search and find donate. And then I found it, and then I went to donate. And I filled everything out. And I was using my new debit card. This is brand new. I just what do you call
Did you authorize it?
I just authorized it today.
Okay.
The last time when I had made a donation, I had went online and I thought it was Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And I ordered several items from there.
Uh-huh.
And I never received them.
Okay.
And then I at my bank account, and they had taken the money out of my bank account.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I had to talk to the bank. So they closed that out. They had to close my card out and ordered me a new one. And then they later put my money back into my account. And yesterday, today, I activated my new card. So I thought I would do it again. And I went through all the steps, and everything is correct, except when it got to my phone. But I don't own a cell phone. I've never had a cell phone. But somehow I guess I'm going to have to get one.
Well, it shouldn't force the cell phone thing.
You can put in a phone number.
Yeah, you can put in phone number, but honestly, we don't.
I put in my home phone number.
That should have been okay. Did you get a confirmation? Did it say, you've successfully, were you trying to do it through PayPal or Venmo, or are you just doing it from the site?
I was doing it using my, I think I just went to the site, but I used it had a choice of Venmo or PayPal, and then it said credit or debit card or credit card. So I put in that number, or I punched that line and said, and went and filled in my information. And then when it got to the phone, it come up with the red thing and wanted me to enter it again. And I tried to, and I couldn't get it done. But
yeah, something's holding it up. So, there's a couple solutions to make that work, and I don't want to make it difficult for you, and I certainly appreciate it. Olivia's helped other people to kind of walk them through it. And
well, you all helped me out the first time, and I finally figured it out.
Yeah.
I was really proud of myself.
I understand. It's frustrating as hell. We try to make it as easy as possible, but sometimes it's not.
Well, just aggravated. I just spent this weekend $320 to have some brush cut down and all the way, and some weed eating done, because my son's weed eater broke, or not broke. I don't know what's wrong with it. But I mean, the John Deere still runs good. But
it is a possibility, since it's a new card and it's an online transaction, that they sometimes block that. And my recommendation is reach out to your bank and give them a quick call on the back of the card, and they'll tell you what happened, and then they'll take the restriction off, but they're probably trying to protect you. And that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, especially considering that you closed down your last one for fraud on an internet purchase.
Yeah.
So that's what I would assume. And that's happened to us a few times, where our bank just catches stuff out of the blue that we're like, there's no reason they should. But I have a cell phone, so they text me and I immediately get it and can send the charge through. But since you don't have a cell phone, you may want to give them a call and see, and they might just be putting it as fraud and putting a hold on it until you tell them otherwise.
Guess I'm going to have to get a cell phone, I tell you, because every time you try to do anything, they want a cell phone number, and they won't accept my house phone number.
That is weird.
Yeah, and
that's strange. Let's call. I would call the back of the card and see what they have to say. I bet you it was blocked for that reason. I would almost guarantee. And then what they do is they just put a note on the card, and then the next time it goes through, no problem.
Well, that's what I thought. Well, heck, I've got a couple bucks left. Might as well spend it for it'll help somebody.
Well, Loretta, we love you for it. We thank you for
it.
it.
Didn't take it all. Or the yard work didn't take it all. I just got snooked again.
Well, you're amazing, and we love you and appreciate you for sure. And don't worry about it this time. And we'll try to figure it out next time. And maybe what we do is we can call offline and walk you through it over the phone, and then, kind of get it into muscle memory. So therefore it's real easy and simple.
Oh, stupid neighbors back here behind me
Mm-hmm.
been bitching and belly aching about my house,
Yeah.
my yard,
Yeah.
how lazy I am, and I'm not disabled, and I'm just lazy and
Yeah.
all crap, and trying to get things fixed out here, and my son does the weed eating and yard work and everything, but where he's working, then the weed eater's broke and he mows, but and we don't have a truck or nothing since they repoed his truck,
Oh.
and I've been trying to help him, and then when I get someone in here and it costs me $320
Oh my Lord.
do something that I could pay $100 or $150 for, and have it all hauled off. They didn't haul off the brush. They didn't. I'm just aggravated.
Who? Do you have your neighbor's phone number?
Oh, some old biddy back there.
Yeah, you should get old Biddy's phone number and I'll call her live. I'd love to talk to her. I don't know. I don't know if you know this, Loretta, but I can argue pretty well.
Well, she's just no stupid Karen back there.
Well, you see how I treat Olivia. Imagine how I treat someone I don't like. I'm sorry,
She
hon.
had all the neighbors around here except for me,
Mm-hmm.
and had everybody back in the neighborhood all talking about me and everything, and they was defending me because half of them I'd done their hair,
Yeah.
and the other people I know are their families,
Mm-hmm.
and he lives back in Meadowbrook, and I live here on the front of Indian Hills Circle, and so she complains about having to come in and out of the drive by my house and how embarrassing it is for her and all of this crap. And I said, well, if she lives in Meadowbrook, then hell, she should go up there and go down Meadowbrook Drive and out to Route 8. That way she won't have to be offended by my house. I'm just started to put a big FU sign out in the yard. Call her.
Well, do you have any alcohol in the house?
I got, but
I think a whiskey sounds pretty damn good right now. What do you think?
oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I felt like I had all weekend, but I thought, no, you're not, sister.
you should have a shot. Listen, if I was with you, I'd have a glass of whiskey with you, but don't pay the. Oh, go ahead.
Whiskey, I'm not keeping you here on. I thought I called. I didn't know how long you was going to be, but that distillery that I told you about, it was the oldest one.
Yes, ma'am.
West of the Allegheny Mountains.
Yes, ma'am.
Here in Maysville.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Togue. Togue.
Okay. Okay.
And it was established 1782, I believe. And they have the oldest winery that came here in about that same area, and they both are in that same district in Mason County, Kentucky.
Huh.
And that's then they called it limestone because all of this was part of Virginia.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can go online and read about them.
I will.
Hogue Brothers. And it's about 45 minutes, well, to get to the actual distillery is about an hour from me.
Yeah. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I just got a little anxious there.
All right, well, get it out, and you know what to do. Take it, use it, lose it. Now, move on. You paid the money. Stupid. They're stupid. And move on and punch through it. Get a glass of whiskey and tell the Karen to go fuck herself. Pardon my French, Loretta.
Well, that's what I wanted to do, but then I figured that next thing I'd have I don't know, she turned me in once, I think, to Duffy Dyer, who's the over waste management. He called me, or he sent me a big fancy letter.
Yeah.
Saying he's going to find me and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So I came up and I said, who the hell do you think you are?
That's right. You tell him his business.
Tell me how damn tall my grass can grow in my damn yard that I pay my taxes on.
There you go. There you go. Tell him to go show where the sun don't shine.
Well, me, I'll get a goat and stick it out there and make Ain't about that.
Loretta, I love you. You're
Love
great.
you, guys. Thank you for letting me vent. And I just wanted to get that off my shoulder about the thing not going through right. But next time I'll try to get one to go through before I get on there, and that way I won't get missing your show.
Well, it's not required. You know that, and we love you anyway. We don't want to get you more frustrated. So chalk it up as a loss tonight, and we'll talk again tomorrow.
Feel better.
Well, just focus on your stupid neighbor. Like you know what you should do? You should go over and do her hair and make sure it turns purple when you wash it.
Go around, punch your eyes out.
She'll probably enjoy it. She'll probably get a nose ring and come in with a LGBTQ T-shirt. She sounds like the type.
And get this.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be a teacher over here at Fleming Ewing School, elementary school over here in the next county. But she has a home down in the Mason County, which she conducts swimming lessons from her home in Mason County. But she says she lived up here for 51 years behind me over in Meadowbrook.
You should call the police department and tell them she's growing marijuana in her backyard illegally.
Yeah. Oh.
She's grown. I think it might be cocaina. It looks like cocaina. I'm pretty sure she's.
I've been smelling skunk weed back over in there somewhere.
I saw 3 guys with gold chains, and they drove up in Impalas, and they looked like they were from Cuba. I don't know what was going on.
They was all doing it back here one day. All right, I'll get off here, you guys.
All right, we love you, kid. We'll talk to you later. Have a better day tomorrow.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Thanks,
All right.
Loretta.
Goodbye, Loretta. Oh, I love that bird. She is just awesome. She's, the one thing that some backlash that we heard is that we don't care about our people on this show, and that is the dumbest comment I've ever heard.
Who said that? Oh,
I don't care. I don't care, because that person has received more grace from this community than I think anyone would afford. And to throw that away is just so stupid. But I love that lady. She is so freaking hilarious. She's awesome. Anyway, we should be paying her to come on. Folks, thanks for watching the Donut For Me Show. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Who is it?
You and Leroy. Or is Leroy back?
No, Leroy's off. So it's just me alone with nobody else.
How about I come on Wednesday? I'll just do my normal Monday, Wednesday, Friday this week. Okay. Unless you can confirm that Leroy wants to do Wednesday, and then I'll.
Leroy's not going to be here. He's going to be on a vessel, taking a vacation from the Navy while he's in the water. Fucking Leroy. It's my boy. Folks, love you guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the donations tonight. Thanks for getting us there again. Appreciate it. No cutoffs, Matt. Cutoffs. What, cutoff shorts? I'm wearing shorts right now. I wear shorts every night on this show. I never wear pants. In the winter, I do. But yeah, I'm wearing board shorts right now. I swear to God. Olivia will tell you.
Yeah.
Olivia's not even wearing anything.
I'm wearing something.
Bubba says you'll co-host in Leroy's spot. Okay, let's get you on to co-host. Let's set it up. Bubba, I got no problem with you coming on. Let's set it up. All right, we got to get out of here, folks. Olivia and I, we were going to go work out. It's not going to happen now. It's too damn late. No. So, hey, it's okay. We can have a night. Love you. Good night, everybody.
It's a 28-day challenge. I'm supposed to do 28 days in a row.
Guess I'll get you a workout tonight, okay?
That's not going to happen because we're going to get our snacks, get in bed, and roll over and go to sleep.
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
Full body massage. You did not give it to me last night.
Well,
sorry. That's your entrance fee. It's a full body massage.
Cutouts. Yes, cutouts. Yes, Bobby. We got to do cutouts. It's not a massive priority right now. I got to get your shirts ordered, but there's been a problem with payment processing on Shopify. I think they're going to be on there tonight. So just FYI, I'm going to get those things. JD, I will not forget about you. I'm going to do it right now. All right, we got to get the hell out of here. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for everything. Matt, I saw that in your face. So many comments. I don't know what you saw, but that's okay. All right, everybody. Good night. Thanks for watching the Donut For Me Show.
Thanks, y'all.
See you tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Bye.
Adjusting transmitter output. This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.